Hello, hello, hello. Am I getting game audio? Yes, I am. Good. It's just a bit quiet. So, bump that up real quick. That should be good, I think. Hopefully. Anyway, right now I'm going through the base real quick. Just filling slots. And collecting stuff. And another 6, damn it. Okay, so we'll give away 7. Put some people to rest.
Roaming under the night sky is just 100 times better than getting shut in here.
What? Here to challenge siesta and iced tea? Or Minoan mist?
Okay, that's good for now. Collect. Headhunt. Free pull. And nothing.
Lancer Fang, captain of Reserve Op Team A1. My team and I will do our best to serve Rhodes Island.
Confusing. Dog.
I am Ansel, a medical intern. I'll be assisting with surgery and internal medicine.
My name is Plume, formerly of the Pontifica Cohors Lateran.
I need to remember to shave.
Your sword and your
Keep meaning to. Maybe tonight. After stream. These are, yep, same 5. Cool. I have 8, so we're not there anywhere close to there yet. I don't need expedited plans. I never use them. Like, literally never use them. I have no use for carbon anymore. Take more of this, I guess. What does this look like? Maybe. We'll see. Let's get to the main event, why don't we? I did find this stuff on, or this music on Spotify, and I'm happy it's on Spotify. We're gonna maybe stream for an extra hour tonight, we'll see. That said, we're going with this squad because I don't feel like dragging this out. So this is the Rhodes Island Siesta branch office. How did you know? I happen to have a few friends at Rhodes Island. You're a tour guide, aren't you? Don't tell me you're giving tours of a pharmaceutical company now. I was driving a guest. Save me the excuses. It's dangerous for a neuropathy patient to hide his identity regardless of reason. It's against the law even in Siesta. Yes, I know. What am I supposed to do? Then you worked so many jobs and swindled me because of neuropathy. And family? What happens to me doesn't matter, but I worry about what happens to them when I'm gone. Just need time. The shop moves and we have a new future. Don't look at me like that. I'm not asking for your sympathy. No, I just remembered how much you've charged me the other day compared to the average taxi prices here. Well, you lied about being a normal tourist. Well, you got a sharper tongue than one would think. What do you want? Let's make a deal. Saw that chap from Mountain Dash Logistics the other day in the bar. He's my competitor. We're competing for the rebuilding rights in this commercial district, but he has home ground advantage. I need some local help to even the odds. You work for me, and I never saw you today. How's that? You're trying to blackmail. Now, there's no need for such language. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And don't worry, you'll be paid. I don't need a handout. And I'm not giving any handouts. All I want is a fair deal. What's your deal? I run a clean business here. We don't do forced relocations and the like. If everybody wins, so much the better. Now, there's always going to be controversy when it comes to rebuilding, but I promise that I'll do better than Mountain Dash Logistics. We've already worked together once, after all. May I count on your vote? I just want my family's bar to be relocated smoothly. Deal, then. Oh, and one little word of advice. No matter what you have to deal with, neuropathy treatment is not something that can be delayed. You should make up your mind soon. Aren't you concerned about dealing with an infected? I have a friend who's infected too. It's almost closing time at the museum. There are no tourists, but the audio tours continue to play on loop. The massive mountain boulder remains silent in the empty gallery. The Nowmans left behind thousands of photos and samples. The rebuilding of the villages around Mount Una. They visited more than 100 volcanoes across numerous countries. Did you really see it? Yes, I saw the ice cream come here. He just wanted to come to the museum. Knew we wouldn't find it. He was lying to us. He didn't go to all those places. How did you get in? Admission is closed. Sorry, we'll be going. Have you seen my dad? Your dad? We're looking for a, adventurer? He went to a lot of places. In the photos he sent us, there were volcanoes, snow mountains, hills and nomadic cities. His photo might be in the Volcano Museum. What's your father's name? Chuck. Never heard of a volcanologist name. Maybe you should ask elsewhere. I may know your dad. What are you doing here, Adele? You look awful. You seen him? You said your dad was an adventurer? Where's he been? I don't know. He always sends back photos when he visits places. I think the last one was from Sargon. Sargon, I knew it. Parents were volcanic researchers. They told me a story about when they were surveying in Sargon. Quickly lost their way in the thick branches and leaves of the rainforest. It felt like they were wandering around the stomach of a great beast. Just as they thought they would never get out, saw a man with leaves over him. You lost. You need any help? Pointed away for them and took them out of the rainforest. Even saw a sight of sunny rain. My parents are really thankful. Thank you so much for helping us out of there. What's your name, sir? Man brushed off the leaves, took a photo of the rainforest and said, no need to thank me. Name's Chuck. I'm taking this photo to send to my kids. And that's how the photo made it to you. Really? Sounds so made up. Of course it's true. I think of a photo here somewhere. Adele digs through the papers and takes out a photo of the Nowmans smiling at the camera with a few blurred figures behind them. Look, here's your dad. I'm still not sure that's actually my dad. I can't see him clearly, but I hope he's my dad. That means he helped other adventurers find their way and sent us a photo. A cool dad. I didn't know you were a storyteller. Just repeating something I heard from Mom when I was little, with a few adjustments here and there. There's no reason for a professional volcanic resurvey team to accept help from an amateur. The story sounds entirely unscientific. Science exists to bring hope to people, doesn't it? Well, can't have them running around the museum like this. If their parent or guardian isn't here, I'll take them home. You look tired, Adele. You should get some rest, too. Come on, kids. I'll take you home. Con, I think I should do it. But you... It's fine. Let me do it. You look lonely. I'll keep him company. My voices are not for me. Enos. Enos. Where did you go? I found out where Dad went. Make sure you tell your family the next time you go out. You? You're... The one who ran into you today and knocked you out? I'm Enos. I'm their brother. Are you okay? Any business? Dr. Salen said... she said... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run off, but I had to go to work. I'll pay your medical expenses. Dr. Salen told me everything. It's not your fault. Your brother and sister must be hungry. You should go home. Thank you so much. What's your name? Call me Adele. Now remember, little one, don't you have something to say to Adele? Thank you, Adele. Mischievous boy runs around the little girl's neck, or reaches around the little girl's neck and pats her opposite shoulder. Who's there? Girl looks hesitantly at the troublemaker next to her, who pretends nothing has happened, not hold back his laughter. They chase each other into the shop, into the open arms of their mother. They run back out like frolicking geeslings with their mother, tends to dinner being cooked on the stovetop. Adele breaks out in a smile. So nice to see. Mr. Enos, do you know one Mr. Pelipper? Volcano Museum needs obsidian for its research. I heard you may be able to acquire some. Damn, he just can't keep his mouth shut, can he? Could I buy some from you? You helped me so much, I should repay the favor. She's deep. I'll call it. Oh, there you call her a lamb. Sheep and lamb are same thing. Lamb is just a little sheep. And Dell is a little sheep. Not true. Dug these up around the volcano 3 months ago. They don't look great, but maybe they'll be useful for your research. Thank you so much. However, I must ask you to stay away from the volcano. If you know anyone else who's mining for obsidian, please also tell them to stop doing so. Mount Siesta has entered its active period. Even if it hasn't erupted yet, original activity in the area continues to increase. There's a risk of a ripathy infection without professional protective equipment. Well, There's laughter coming from outside as the two children chase each other on the streets, as their shadows stretch into the setting sun. Enos gazes at his siblings as they go further and further away, and subconsciously touches the spot on his chest where he was scratched by Originum. Alright, I promise I won't go anymore. And thank you for playing with my siblings. That should have been my responsibility as big brother. Okay, they're very cute. I had a good time too. Yeah. By the way, your sibling said that your father has not been home for a long time. He's a adventurer, traveler, explorer. It's not like he's gone off the grid or anything. He sends us postcards and money back on a regular basis. He can be present without actually being there, however. By the time we get a letter from him, he's already off to the next place. All we know is that there's someone out there going from one corner of the land to the other. Sometimes I want to see for myself where he's been. Harley raised us here while running the shop, but she says that life is a journey and everyone chooses the sights they want to see. I did not get Aya yet. I wish I did. I'm gonna have to keep pulling for her. But I don't wanna... I'm probably gonna have to spend money, aren't I? Mainly because I'm a broke bitch and haven't pulled for her yet. I've been doing the daily free ones and... yeah, stupidly I only saved up about 7,000 Iridium prior to the event. And that's all gone. You don't mind me asking, why are the three of you all different races? Well, we're not blood related. Three of us were adopted. Oh. No need to look at me like that. It's not exactly taboo. People come and go every year. Some seeking a new life, some seeking romance. Many leave in disappointment when they find out that life here isn't all it's cracked up to be. And leaving behind children like us. I can tell your siblings love you. It must seem strange to outsiders, but for me, family's family. Ties of blood aren't that important. I don't know what my birth parents look like. Maybe they abandoned me, maybe they loved me and got into an accident. My new parents didn't hide anything from me. The little ones will be told the truth, too, once they're a little older. Adele looks at Harley, working in the shop, and Enos' siblings, who are already shadows in the distance. Everything is warm and peaceful, like a dream. Obsidian feels heavy. She turns sideways and wipes away a teardrop from the corner of her eye. And how long were you planning to hide it from me, Enos? Mom? Alright, I admit, I have thought of remaking this place into a little hot spring resort. Promise I won't try to do it behind your back. I won't do anything without your permission. You've gotten everything in order, once arrangements for our future have been made the way you wanted. And you'll leave your mother and siblings behind the way you're cleared and drunkard out. Yeah. The way you cleared drunkard out of the bar, and find a place to wait for apathy to take you. That's the journey you've chosen for yourself. You knew? Waiting for you to tell me. Mr. Enos, you're already... No, blame me and my fat fingers. Got scratched by Originum when I was digging for obsidian at the volcano. I thought I was good at climbing. Yeah, I learned my lesson. No, the only thing you learn is to hide things from me. You're not half as good as you think you are at it. Got that look on your face that says, I'm gonna finish everything, go far away, and tell my blissfully ignorant mother everything in a farewell letter after I die. You think it's cool. Now you got that look on your face that says, I can't even say that's not what's going on. I didn't think it was cool, I just felt like it was what I had to do as big brother. It's part of the family. After all, we're not... Even if you didn't do anything, I'll still be their brother and my son. No bargaining with in love. Insist on bargaining with me about this, young man. Let me tell you that you'll be working off your debt for a long time. Oh, sorry. I thought some background music was in order for a scene like this. Name's Bard. Traveling... troubadour. A resident singer now. Can afford a resident singer? No, but this one only wants to be paid in story. Because Mira's story is wonderful. It helped a great deal in understanding the folk tunes of those parts. Can I borrow your guitar? Let me play a song. Evening mist covers the town. Rising new moon makes it look like a new place. My favorite place exists only in my sweet memories. I have nothing but my sweet memories. So you came here. How far can you see from here? It's all dark, just empty seas. Not being able to see means you can imagine. There's actually an island on the far side of the sea, and everyone who leaves Siesta lives on the island. I'm a little scared. When we grow up, will our parents and Enos leave us? He won't. Enos says we're an adventure team. The team doesn't leave each other. Go back to Old Siesta and many other places. You can't tell there's something on Enos's mind? What? Or do you have something on her mind? You're an idiot. The girl stands up, gazes at the direction of the volcano, and yells with all of her strength. Hey, Old Siesta. I miss you. Will you stop being angry? Kids being kids. It's a loss for the Obsidian Festival that your performance was not a part of it. There's nothing to be lost. Siesta's heard my music many times. I don't need to compete for attention with young people at a music festival. You're Siestan with a rock and roll spirit. In my case, I added the Siestan identity to a rock and roll spirit. Chuck and I met in our travels in Siesta. We heard about this wonderful side of the white volcano, how the entire volcano turns white like a marshmallow under certain weather conditions. Spent the year in Siesta without seeing a sight of it, but we fell in love with the city and settled down here, opening a little shop. We couldn't find the volcano, we could just make one ourselves. That's how the shop got its name. Thought you two just came up with it on the fly. Dr. Keller's talked about the legends of White Volcano before, but does it really exist? Might be snow if it's just the top of the mountain, but when you're talking about the whole mountain, I don't know of any phenomenon like that. Whether it actually exists or not, it's not important. The scene of legends has taken root in new soil, even creating a new legend of its own. What a beautiful story. This reminds me of an old song that was written in Siesta. May I? It's a long, long journey. I ride on a ship with a broken mast. My home is 100 miles behind me. How charming is the summer sun. North wind blows 100 miles, visiting the first volcano. We'll meet again along the forgotten trail. Oh, I remember now, this is it. North wind blows 100 miles, visiting the first volcano. That's the north wind you're looking for. Oh, that was Adele. Having a tune play itself over and over in your head, but not being able to remember the lyrics is the 7th most painful thing in the world. I am feeling much better now, thanks. Adele, who are you talking to? Myself. Just thinking about the north wind and lyrics. But Siesta is north of the ocean. It should be the south wind in the summer. I'm reminded of a story about the songwriter. He was back in 1060. His album Lost tells the story of how he got lost in the hills on a camping trip and had to be rescued. The album was a smash hit, cemented how the singer couldn't find the north. Maybe he got his directions mixed up. Is that all there is to it? Events of the past can often feel like a joke. We're just seeding a snapshot, preserved in time. The actual truth is elusive. That's why the present is so precious, isn't it? Ain't that right? You doing, Enos? Putting the sign up. Stubborn boy. Han? Enos stands on the ladder, lifting up the shop sign. Takes the hammer and nails from his mother, and goes to work, pinning it above the door. Power switch is pulled, and neon-illuminated words begin to glow against the sun's last lights. Wait, volcano. There's no messenger for this batch called in sick. The letter was already like that when we got it. It was the only place I could think of when I saw a volcano on the envelope. And as much as you do, if there's no information about the sender on the letter, there's no information. How have you been? I'm doing fine here. It's been a long time. I miss you. Volcano is a spectacular sight. When you're strong at the peak. Love your father. Mr. Enos, might this photo be from your father? Father? This is Mount Una. He really did go there. Mom, Dad sent the photo. Want to see? Right back to him and tell him that he loses his bet if he sends another postcard photo and not one that he actually took himself. After all, I raised my son to be cool. All he does is steal other people's photos. Neuroventurers don't do that. That's heartbreaking. I'll bring these obsidian samples back. We should have a more accurate estimate of the eruption time. Glad to be of help. Though, do you know why Keller called you into siesta? Some of the exhibits in the Volcano Museum were connected to my parents' research. Dr. Keller asked me to help organize things. I'm not sure I understand your concerns. In their last days, my parents were studying the relationship between iridium veins and volcanic activity. There are many other people doing the same. Why would there be danger? I wasn't sure it was my place to tell you what Dr. Nauman tried to hide from you, but hide this any longer and you may never have the chance to learn the truth. In the year before Dr. Nauman died, her lab was frequently contacted by the personal army of a Lithanian Kurfist. Army? Naumans were experts in iridium and ecology. Their research converged on the prediction and prevention of catastrophes. But someone may have seen another possibility in their research. Organization. I was studying abroad at the time, so what I knew was limited to rumors and my classmates' messages. There's only one person who had access to their research. Keller. Finger family. I'm biting fucking hairs, that's bad. Me and my fucking oral fixations. This fucking song.
I'm here to help.
That's horrible. You there. Where are the frisbee throwers gonna go? Oh, they can carry them.
I'll be careful.
Oh, this isn't any good.
Almost does that. It's not my wish. Temperature stable.
Oh, that was a little bit, man, that word just completely fucking broke. Okay, so if I can take care of them here, I won't have to worry about that.
Please give you or watch out for fires.
Let's take care of this little issue. Hello, hello. How are you doing, Nachodos? I'm doing pretty alright. I had a brief catastrophe earlier this week, but crisis has been averted. So things are going pretty well. Found it. Found it, found it. Found it when the foul beast was singing. How's the weather today? All good until the bad happens. Time's of the essence. Our party is about to begin. Bah. When did you only arrive just now? Me? Say no more. I can tell at a glance that you're different from the other mediocre people. Suggest you join our grand plan. Grand plan? What are you going to do? Where am I? And why am I wearing Moody's clothes? We'll find what we like most, carry it on our backs, and never take it off again. So very heavy, so heavy that I won't be able to straighten my back, but it is very important. Why do you have nothing on your back? No, she does have it on her back. Good evening, child. Did you hear the bell? Bell? No, but that might be because I can't hear very well most of the time. Then you should also come and join our party. Where is it? When next the bell rings at the end of the world. But before that, I have something to show you. It looks like my memory is correct. These stones, specimens, and red-colored photos. These are what you've been brought here to see. Gentle creature walks forward with light footsteps. Look, these rocks have been alive for thousands, tens of thousands of years. They're buried here, deep beneath the ground, long before even we were here. They're so beautiful, so passionate. Though they were deep underground, hundreds of miles apart, they eventually came together and brought forth a marvelous eruption. You love them, don't you? Volcanoes, they do. Volcanoes are rocks. They're all very precious treasures. But, my dear Adele, what if someone used them to do bad things? What would you do? Bad things? Like what? Pretty nice party it was. Pretty nice party it'll be. Northwind we found. But where are the seeds in the ground? Oh, the party's about to begin. Adele, would you like to bring a rock to the party? Then let us make haste. What's wrong? What's on your mind? I'm sorry to say this, but Little Black Sheep, are you Mr. Dolly? I am Dolly, but I am also not Dolly. Who I am depends on what I am in your mind. One developer of Arknights thought have a dialogue between an operator and a sheep with a cone on its head. These sheep are something else. They're making me giggle, so I'm not complaining. This whole event so far, the music and the enemies have just put smiles on my faces more than they frustrated me, which I'm giving it a thumbs up to so far. But I'm only on mission 3, so we'll see if that changes in the near future. There are some differences between you and Mr. Dolly. Are all of those little black sheep? No, we cannot say all. Each and every one of us is unique, as is their connection to the world. Just as we refer to you, we would not call all them Adele. Every Adele is unique. Okay. So why did you invite me here? Because of North Wind. Because we wish to share the joys of harvest. Every participant in this party has been chosen. Including you, my dear Adele. Things I've experienced the last few days have truly been mind-boggling. That, too, is a part of life. Are you happy right now, little one? I don't know. Let me take a look. I believe you are not very happy right now. Over there. She is the proof. The little black sheep looks down from atop the chest. A tiny, fragile creature tries to jump up once, twice. Try as it might, it cannot jump onto the chest. Is it alone? She looks very weak right now. Too weak to jump. Can we help her out? Not right now. Only when the volcano erupts will she become herself. Is she also one of your kind? Yes, eventually everyone will become one of us. Oh god, they're a cuter version of Seaborn. Morning, Adele. Would you like some breakfast? You look so tired. Want me to make you a cup of coffee? Yeah, the flying pink sheeps talk to me about. On one hand, that would kind of feel magical. On the other hand, I'd be concerned about my mental health if a flying sheep came and asked me how I'm feeling. Then again, I think I'm too serious about these sort of things. Good morning. I've had a really long and strange dream last night. I'm still a bit out of it. You know what they say around here? Emotions that overflow too much during the day are left over for you to savor in your dreams at night. What's the dream about again? I remember something about it being very noisy and lively. It's true, I really saw it. Yes, I believe you. Because of that, you're not allowed to have ice cream for 2 months for sneaking out of your room at midnight and sneaking over to the land by the sea. Aww. But I saw a little lamb run in my room last night, and it took me to a place where there was a whole bunch of other lambs. There were a whole bunch of lambs, as fluffy as marshmallows, singing and dancing on top of a chest. What you say is true, a flock of sheep invited you to join their midnight party. Yeah, I think that makes sense, because I've been a good girl. Okay. I'm not sure what to make of that. Complete mess. Up until yesterday, specialty products from various countries shipped by Mountain Dash Logistics had all been stockpiled here. Nothing unexpected happened. They would all have appeared at the trade fair in a few days to show the tourist city what the outside world looked like. But now, there are overturned shelves everywhere the eye can see, goods strewn haphazardly across the ground, dusty footprints stamped atop some of them. How did this happen?
You showed me that even weeds struggling to grow in the ruins can stand tall. Thank you.
I saw 4. That doesn't look like siesta. I'm telling you, everything's weird about that Anne Mare No-Tail. She eats food and gets eggshells in her mouth. She takes her turn crossing a bridge, and the rope somehow snaps. She builds a house and a waterfall floods it. She goes fishing and gets caught by a big fin. And I'm gonna turn on Do Not Disturb so I don't get any more bleep bloops. Oh, I remember Aenom saying something about being, what was it? Born under an unhunky star? Born under an unlucky star. Don't forget to give Anne Mare your thanks, you two. The way you practically party on the job, who knows how long building these houses would have taken without her. Ah, that girl. What's going on? How did the door explode? It's fine, I can fix it up ASAP. I was blow drying the glue on the hinges and it probably shuts the hairdryer. Glue? My wine pot. My old knockage gave it to me. You've moved everything over, right? Everything's here now. I spent all morning shifting it. I'm gonna take myself a good long bath tonight. All morning? Just afraid of some kind. Coffee? Yes, it's siesta and coffee. We've opened up a trade wall with siesta merchants, and these are the first goods they sent. Let me take a look. I can see the instructions on these bags. Roasted flower seeds and coffee beans together. Siestans adjust the bitterness of their coffee that way. My grandpa made coffee like that too when I was young. I believe he was a siestan, Miss Anmare? Yeah, but we moved to Columbia so long ago. Once I finish work this month, I'll have enough to catch a ride back to Siesta. Huh? Would have let Siesta merchants take you back if I knew. We left just over an hour ago. What? Observation Diary. Mount Una, Northern Nathanian, September 3rd, 1095. Rule of observation. Obtain first-hand survey data for the eruption of Mount Una. Calculate numerical origin and particulate concentration gradients decrease in surrounding environment at time of eruption. Establish a theoretical model. Estimated observation time, 5 hours. Observation team, Kadia, Magna, Keller. In an old notebook is sandwiched a photograph. 3 people lined up in mountaineer gear. 3 smiling faces reddened by the alpine wind. Professor Keller was there in the team lineup too. She's meant to be a member by all rights on that investigation. The day before they ascended, Keller suddenly left the team and went back to William University. He withdrew just like that? Was there some reason for it? The mystery and the observation diaries don't make a single mention of it. All we know is right after that accident, Keller showed up at a meeting between William University and the Lithanian government. Mr. Dolly, were you there then? You still won't pay attention to me until I find what you're looking for. You know, Mr. Dolly, have you heard of volcano watchers? They're a kind of flower that changes color based on volcano's activity. Is it the seeds of those flowers you're looking for? Or obsidian, maybe? How they're buried in soil, black crystals look a lot like seeds too, don't they? Adele mumbles to herself, garnering no response. The tremendous volcanic rock specimen before her is as taciturn as ever. Am I just overthinking this? Mr. Dolly, I'll only be able to find what you're looking for that quickly if you give me more of a hint. Adele, are you searching for something? No, Professor Keller. Keller watches Adele close a notebook and put it away in the storage box. Adele hangs her head, picks up the other files around her, and buries her parents' notes beneath them. Adele, if anything is gnawing at you, you can come straight to me. Adele is silent for a spell. Nothing I can think of, Professor Keller. I'm here to catch you up on some matters. According to data sent back from the forward sensor station and analysis of the obsidian sample, we've concluded that Mount Siesta's eruption may well come a few days soon. Readings from the mountain have always been unusual. Active energy from its internal origin veins peaked 2 years prior in the summer, and rapidly fell after, before once more slowly rising. We don't have much time left to prepare. We need to act fast. Oh, the volcano's erupting soon. How lucky can we be? Mr. Dolly, please don't jump out of nowhere. Adele, are you listening? Yes, I'm listening. Adele, I know the ample experience you already boast as a scholar. Pre-observation prep work amounts to a little more than busy work for you, but please maintain your focus, okay? I'm sorry, Professor Keller. So your professor caught you playing hooky. Oh, yes, have you bumped into any peculiar tourists at the museum lately? Did something happen? A whistling rock specimen in the hands-on area went missing. A whistling rock. And that sounded musical when blown through. Looks like we'll want to report to City Hall's people to increase security at the museum too. I'll keep a lookout myself. Maybe it's something about the weather. There's been a lot of strange things happening lately, and authorities say cases of people losing their own possessions have been usually high. I was listening to the news this morning, and someone apparently took out their grudge on the depot at the unfinished plate, too. Made a complete mess of it over there. Apologies. Manager, we run up the damaged goods. Nothing really unaccounted for. It's mainly notable damage to the outer box packaging. Aside from some foodstuffs, we haven't lost too much at all. Good. Noted. I'm sorry to have this sort of thing happen in Siesta. It was caused by the carelessness of our own work. I can only ask this won't impact your thoughts in collaborating with us. Of course, if you do decide to suspend partnership, I'll report the full reality to Mayor Herman. Though in that event, I imagine it'll be tough on him to lose a business partner and tough on me to lose my job. Assigning blame is secondary. First, I need to ensure nothing like this will happen again. Looks like people really aren't welcoming Mountain Dash's plans for the new plate. I'm glad that I can still be wholly face-to-face with you to coordinate business. Excuse me? Given that having the residents here accept redevelopment isn't meant to be part of your work after all. Mountain Dash Logistics' future collaboration with Siesta can't stand independent of their support. I don't want the people to deem the redevelopment a form of unilateral imposition. That you're concerned at all is really gratifying. Things being what they are, I'd appreciate City Hall keeping an eye on security work around the warehouse. Fingers crossed no accidents like this will be happening again. Alright, I'll pass on your comments and I'll make sure to lead some action. For my job, my rent, and my worried fiance's sake, I thank you, Mr. Bison. If you have no other arrangements here, I'll be continuing my efforts to talk the commercial district into signing the relocation LO. You're trying to be a good guy? Playing the guilt trip kind of makes you feel like a dick right now, my friend. I just kicked my mic. God damn it. Miss Swire, I am deeply sorry I couldn't show you the proper hospitality when you paid a visit earlier. How has your impression of New Siesta been over your tour these past few days? Very clean, very eye candy, but missing a little sense of amusement, possibly even stiff. To be honest, I more prefer how it used to be. Very coincidentally, my daughter said much the same thing. But Siesta's been forced to leave its golden shoreline, which means it's only a matter of time before tourism fails as our economic backbone. Oh, pity. I was quite fond of that old Siesta fashion street and all. You're very much confident about partnering with Mountain Dash Logistics, I take it. I have just as much hope in the differing solution you provide, Miss Swire. On that note, your family's group maintains its clarion reputation. It was a surprise, though, that their candidate for investment executive was you. I also just happened to learn that you've apparently registered a new business here in Siesta, operating in the construction, cultural, and recreation fields. It appears your trust isn't quite in me, Mr. Mayor. You think I don't hold enough clout in the conglomerate yet? Of course not. Future is always in your hands as the young ones. Just dealings we've had with the corporation from Victoria happened to pop into my head. That was 30 plus years ago by now. Bringing myself from the swollen ambition to Victoria was a casual affair for the Siesta of then. Anyone even remotely familiar with Siestan history would understand that. And the sheer capacity you demonstrated in the dispute, Mayor Herman, still has politicians abuzz today. For my part, you don't need to be too anxious. I'm not here on any convoluted capacity. Besides, all I've brought are sincere partnership and more business opportunities. You, Miss Swire, intend to contest Mount Dell's logistics for rights to develop the newly constructed plates. I, of course, am willing to see friendly competition from both sides, and just as always welcoming a partnership in good faith. I very much look forward to the proposal you submit at bidding, and wish you pleasant journeys for the rest of your time in Siesta. After you're back in Lungman, please send your grandfather my regards. Throat. Not meant for voices. Nasedos, I didn't even realize you followed. Thank you very much for following. I apologize, I was completely distracted. You're cute. I'm not signing this thing. I've already moved once before, and you're still putting us through this rigmarole. And how do you expect us to make a living once you shut our place down anyway? If the mayor can't give us a clear explanation, we're not even thinking about relocating. Are you gonna force us? Costa, you wormed your way into city hell. Those bigwigs don't even live in the same universe as us, and now all you can do is jump when they say jump. Can't figure something out with us? Even if you're not here to take over your grandpa's coffee shop, we still need this street to make a living. We've been racking our brains looking for a way to spark business here again. Help us think of something, okay? Well, if it isn't Mr. City Hall himself, here to kick us off our street again. At the moment you wore that fancy uniform just where you came from. I'm ashamed for your grandfather. I hate my job. Excuse me, is my ice cream ready? Coming right up. Sorry for the wait. Here's a quadruple scoop. By the way, that man who got his head chewed off, who's he? Never mind him, just an ill omen trying to tear our homes down. Got what I asked for? Yes, ma'am. Anyone notice you coming here? Officer, I'm sorry to report, Lut and Liv saw me. What? Alright. Is that out of the system? Hand me the stuff now. You down with the insiders like this as a cop too? It's kinda cool. This bag had general info on every shop in the commercial district. How many live at each, roughly how their business is doing, personalities of the owners you asked about. I've noted you down a little of all of that. And this bag is a series of Mountain Dash's recent maneuvers. Something about some kind of purchase of Siestan specialties, and they say they're selling them off to Victoria and Columbia. In pretty decent quantities, too. Well, good going. How did you even get your hands on these Mountain Dash files? Deadly simple. Just had to apply to be a freight trucker with them. Well, signs say that Bison's kid's trying to buy out the people's will this way. Guess that does seem his style. Suppose he manages to build a new distribution center here. The populace here want to switch jobs. Enos, give me a curacao. Got it. It's got you, Moody. I can tell, actually. You're sick of it too, no? Hanging the sign back up again and all. You guys doing a little protesting that way? All this crap is a killer. Love pals next door were all over each other first. Now they're arguing day by day about the rehousing. Here's your drink, one curacao. There's negative interest in moving on this street. For the most part, yeah. Moving means planning a whole new life from scratch. We only just moved aboard in Nomadic City, even, and a lot of us are still getting used to it. Even tourists are a rarity now, after all. Business is hard enough as it is, and Honey ended up unemployed. Move again, and life gets even harder. Enos shakes his head and gives up on the subject. Enos, if I wanted to run a place like yours, how much would upkeep be on average? Per month, about 500 gold certificates, just under that. That little? I can buy a lot of stuff secondhand elsewhere, or just make it myself. Plus, with how we usually can serve on our utility bills, it adds up to a lot less than you think. Sometimes it really makes me wonder, have rich people like you just gone your whole lives without much worry? Does a person just need enough money and everything in life shakes out how they want? Kinda, yeah. Money's a hassle killer, but not an issue solver. We have to move, there's no other choice, and what are you thinking? Once you get contracted for this plate, what are you going to build here? I'd rather ask you first. If a rebuild is guaranteed, then what would you want this high street to become? Strictly in fantasy terms? Giant water park. Build the land's biggest water park, second to none. Maybe it might even draw in some tourists. That way, we wouldn't need to let this bar go either, probably. And plus, my little brother and sister have been hounding us forever about going to a water park. Ooh, good idea. Is that all it takes? Make me feel like you're not even here to compete for real. Versus Mountain Dash, boy. Honey who provide me thought the same thing. And they all rode over and lost. Some kind of power. Enos, help me paint the shop sign here. Trade fair's right around the corner, and we need our storefront looking the best it can. Coming. You know, we still have paint left over from last time, and I bought a couple of string lights for cheap a few days ago. Want me to go put those up in a bit? Sure. If there's any paint left after that, give the tables and chairs a picture frames a new coat too. Loot and Liv were saying they learned how to draw from someone, right? Can you tag them in too? Sure, we'll do that. Hey, Enos. Paint the sign in orange. I have eyes you can trust. This will draw in more customers than before, guaranteed. Ghost forgets how he even got here. At some point since moving to New Siesta, this atypically architectured building cropped up on his route home from work. Buried somewhere in him is the impression he handled his paperwork. The Volcano Museum? All people go to all the effort to be in a museum for this, and this luxury plate. What's to study about? Stop it. I want to see the big rock. I want to see the lava. Why are you so desperate to see this stuff as a total mystery? Volcanoes are really cool. Cool. Phrase floats to Kosa's mind. You can see such beautiful things from the top of volcanoes. He vaguely remembers someone telling him. My chair is hitting to the back of the desk and I must have been at that. Hey Shanknu, how are you? It's good to see you. Can you name all these volcanoes? I can. Why would I ever need to know? Okay, I'll tell you. This one's Mount Tambora. This one's Mount Cariel. This one's Mount Merapi. This one's Mount... Yes, sir. You're behind me and you just came up and said the thing and you scared me. Sorry for that. How did I know that? I don't remember anymore. I knew Mount Yasur. I knew that. It's the prettiest volcano on the land. And on top of it, you can see flowing lava everywhere. And it's like gentle little streams. I got that all from a book. Remember it really, really well. But I can't find any signs that explain stuff here. I need to show you how I got everything right. You did, you're right. Are we done? There's not even a placard in sight here. We're going. Apologies for inconveniencing you on your trip. This exhibition area isn't fully arranged yet, but explanatory text will soon be laid out on these. No, Mr. Volcano Man, I'm not done yet. You gotta keep listening. Ghost is tugged by the hem of his jacket. When helplessly stopped in place, he tries to explain that he really needs to go. Turned his head, and reflected in a glass display of shelves, he sees an unexpected face. You? Costa? You're back? I ain't gonna be just a face in the crowd. No, throughout the week I play a couple different games. Normally I do Arknight on Tuesdays unless there's a big event going on. Then I try and do a few days a week. Wednesdays I do the games that I have bought over the years and have not gotten to finishing or playing, which currently is Final Fantasy IX. Thursdays I do Nostalgia Night, which are the games that I played a lot of when I was a kid, which is currently Spyro 2. And Sundays I do... Right now I've rotated Guilty Gear into Sundays. Monday is a free day. Saturday is a up in the air day for me. Saturday might be PUBG. Saturday might be more Arknights. Saturday is just a day. But I play a couple different games throughout the week. You're gonna hear my voice when I shout it out loud. It's my life. My bad. I didn't realize there were customers in. Weird though. Come someone sitting in a cafe reading quietly while the Obsidian Festival's on. Mind if I practice guitar here? No, Grandpa will rag on me for bothering customers again. Maybe I'll just bide my time so I get a new guitar soon. What's that you're reading? Book about volcanoes? It's pretty cool. Can you lend me it? You'll be here again tomorrow.
I need only do as the manual said, yes?
Good scenery here, Doctor.
Who's there?
It's my duty to stand here.
Whew, almost gather around me, guys.
Too late. His Arknights is like a communication game. Why is the music so loud all of a sudden? One moment, please. So, what do you mean by like communication game? If you'd like, if you wouldn't mind, like, explain it for me. Sorry, my brain's not working full blast yet. I'm not sure I know that term.
Friends turning against each other, and homeland fading into nothing but memories.
What the hell are you?
All the best.
Better safe than sorry.
I can't do anything there.
I have to get serious now. Professor? Whew. Oh, we're counting on you again today, little apple. Please give your orders. This may be a little hot.
And we're doing pretty alright here. Oh, that hit hard. The hell? This one. In here they've only been talking like detective stuff. Now I see they... Yeah, so most of... Ooh, they got through. So Arknights is a gotcha game, tower defense.
Who will you choose? My power is all
yours
now.
Main, like, events that go on. The game has its own story to it, like most gotcha games do. But events have their own little side stories. Sometimes they tie in with the main one. And I gotta restart. Damn it. But the main gameplay loop is the tower defense, sorry. God, my brain is like dead.
Follow me. Forward.
Ooh, Myrtle again.
Ooh, almost dozed off. I have to get serious now.
Body. This side didn't do too bad. This side I need to put more on. Okay. Now I want Spectre over here again. And Effie over here again. Nothing really, I'm just a very... I have... It doesn't always show itself, but I do have a pretty bad case of ADHD. So my brain's working a million miles an hour a lot of times. I've always got like 6 different thoughts going on and they're never coherent. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. That coupled with the fact that the last week or two have been a little bit stressful hasn't helped either. Oof. Ugh. Okay, January is usually a bad month for me. Yeah. January usually is a stressful month for me because my brain starts overthinking a lot of things. Which in turn leads to me taking on too many projects that I start thinking about all at once. Coupled with my already excessive ADHD means that my brain's thinking about 6 different things right now. Oh, looks like you're all done sorting. Nice job. Mr. Dolly, shouldn't you keep an eye or two on your clones? You know how much trouble they've made for everyone else? Letting them run amok like this? Fluffy creature stands by container, its head stooped very low, seemingly conveying some apology to the person in front of it. I told you not all of them are me. I did bring them here, true, but I'm only indirectly to blame here, right? So, sorry. Just saying sorry isn't going to fix this. Their merchandise gets damaged, what are the shopkeepers going to do? Your clones are being nuisances. Can't you do anything to stop them? Nah, don't worry about it, man. It's not you. That's just my brain being me. That's how I've always been. I do actually have something, under normal circumstances, I could choose to cry. Cry? Like this. Face into whatever, see the wasteland, and lift 2 hooves up like this and yell, "Hey, where are you guys? Come quick!" Like that. Adele, you're going to have to help me for that. I've cried too many times, so sometimes they act like they haven't heard me. So, we just have to call them over. We need something to lure them to, like ice cream here, or we've got balloons and skateboards and stuff. But remember, don't call them little black sheep or lambs. They won't even know you mean them. Dolly looks expectantly up at Adele. Ahem. Hey, ice cream here. Hey, we have balloons and skateboards. Come here quick. What? Ice cream? Is it free? Miss, is it true? I want strawberry. Is there some kind of event? Are you giving out balloons? No, Adele turns, looking to point out the D-doer. Yeah, goddamn. Adele turns, looking to point out the deed-doer. Dolly's jumped up onto the neighboring containers, running circles around them like a deflating balloon. But the pedestrians just don't see it. Uh-oh, something's happened. We're gonna have to go get ice cream with them to fix this, and probably buy balloons too. And ramble the streets, and soak up the siesta sun. Tough one, huh? What a big coincidence that I know of a really good ice cream shop. How about I lead the way? Mr. Dolly. So this is how you corral visitors into your volcano museum? Buying ice cream for them? I think I like this. Dearie, how about we spend the afternoon exploring the museum? Perfect. After that, we'll go for barbecue. Let's go. Thank you very much. Adele sees the group off and looks around, trying to find any trace of Dolly. In the stream of pedestrians, Dolly has all but vanished already. All that there is a lone little black sheep, staring pointedly at a wallet, turning into bills in a wandering tourist's hands. What's it about to do? Right as the tourist and shopkeep are haggling, it leaps forth. And in one chomp, makes off with the tourist's wallet. Huh? Where'd my wallet go? Someone stole my wallet! Huh? What kind is it? Dark or light? Just now? I didn't see anyone, did you? No, Mr. Dolly's not here either. I have to catch it quick. Currently, when it comes to gacha games, Arknights is taking the second place spot. I'm a big... I've played Arknights for... Fuck, when did it come out? 4 or 5 years now? But Blue Archives is probably currently my active favorite. I just don't play Blue Archives on stream because it's a really, really, like, brain-dead gameplay mechanics, which makes it really kind of good for me to play on my free time. Arknights has a really invested story, which is what keeps it, like, in the top 2 for me. I've played a lot of different gacha games over the last 7 or 8 years. The little black sheep holding the wallet notices Adele, opens its mouth, and the wallet falls out. Then with a kick of a hoof, it goes sailing through the air and falls back down straight into its hole. Delighted trots. Then, it seems the wallet hits something with a bang, and a pebble full of holes shoots out from the little black sheep's coat. That's the whistling rock. The little black sheep looks back, and before the rock lands, it kicks it again with its hoof to send it flying straight back in. And after all that, it sticks its tongue out at Adele with an impish expression and turns to gallop down Fashion Street. Hey, wait up! Give everyone their stuff back. Your eroded $3 gold certificates are a rare collectible here. Bet your big price at the trade fair. Miss, are you sure you won't think about it? I've got a price I can give you. Deal gestures out a number. Really? Take a look at this then. This is Hodegashin issue. I'll take it for this much. And this? Yes, you really like it, seeing the way you read content and follow the story and I try and do voices for most of the characters, but I have a naturally, like, deeper voice, and the high voices kind of don't come out as well as I hope. Gallus copper laver. I'll take it too. Miss, what else have you got? Bring it all here. Miss, how much did you bring? Last one, I swear, the very last one. Take one more, and then I'm going home. And take a look at this. After this, I could afford a whole new device. It's our old Sigonian mint. Let me see, we've got Valuable. Yep. Is that valuable? Valuable. No, this is the end of our talk. I don't do any business with Thin-Tails. You take all of us back. I'm leaving. Yoda grabs a handful of loose coinage and furiously shoves it into Snowson's hands, attempting to leave. Suddenly, something speeds by, knocking the coins right out of his grip. Money rains, gold and glittering to the high street pavement, and before Snowson can yelp in surprise, a pink shadow follows right after, running in the distance. Iphalia? Sorry, Snowson. What the hell? Wait, my coins. I'm missing 2. Don't look at me. Clink. Fluffy creature stashes the gleaming little roundlets into its own wool. Don't toy with the bird. Give her money back. I appreciate you saying so. That means I'm doing a decent job. Mr. Eastman, I'm here to pick up my photocopies. Right. All these flyers of yours. You put your back in printing this much just to advertise your bar. 198, 199. That's exactly right. Here's the fee. I'm not taking money off you for this. Just say, next time I drop in at the White Volcano, reach me your house oasis, the heavy underground Carmadon. Appreciate it. Also, can you help change out my shop sign 1 minute? Of course I can, thank you. Mr. Enos. Adele? What's the hurry? Yo, look out! Before Enos can react, the giant force smacks straight into him, sending him airborne for an instant. He sees Siesta upside down, and paper scattering everywhere. Ow. Ow. Just... The little black sheep snatches a flyer in its mouth and resumes its straightaway gallop. Mr. Enos, I'm sorry. Turtle stares as Adele shrinks into the horizon, giving chase to a flyer blowing in the wind. Ooh, really, times are changing. Teachers have such urgent schedules these days. Weird. Knocked me over just now. Never seen anything as strange as this. Crash. The Eastman print shop sign falls down and lands right where Enos was still standing a moment ago. Where did it go? It's like hide and seek. Mr. Dolly, this isn't the time to play around. If you don't catch the little black sheep soon, more people are going to lose their things. No, they aren't going to lose anything. They're just borrowing it for a little while. They'll give it all back. Actually, why do you never play with the children your age? Are you just going to keep yourself shut in a lab, even on a summer like this? Mr. Dolly, I'm not a child anymore. And studying Mount Siesta is a very important job, which I shouldn't be distracted from. Right now, finding these little black sheep is more important so we can stop them causing a ruckus. I know how lonely children work. I know how many love using I'm busy with work as an excuse. The shop looks empty, but the little black sheep just... who are you? Excuse me, I lost my pet. It ran off. I think I saw it enter this coffee shop just now. Adele blabbers as she lifts her head and sees Mockingbird Cafe in pretty type across the shop door. This cafe went out of business a year ago. The door's always locked. But I definitely saw it wiggle inside just now. Straight through. What kind of pet did you lose? Beck Beast. No. Don't you associate my clones with those animals. How long have you been into Arknights and started streaming? I've been playing Arknights since the game released. I think that would have been 4 or 5 years ago now, when the EN servers opened. And I've only been streaming for about 6 or 7 months now. I think I started in August or September. So I'm mainly doing it for fun. If something comes of it, we'll see. But I'm here to have fun. Okay, a Beck Beast. Costa feels around in his pocket, pulls out a key. Which he inserts, twists, and with a few ancient sounding creaks, the door yawns open. It's dark inside. All of the blinds are down, repelling much of the sunlight from entering. The air stirs with dust and a yesteryear aroma of coffee. Is your Beck Beast in here? I don't think it is. I'm so sorry. Sorry to bother you. That's fine. I was just here to pick up a few things anyway. Property deed should be right. Oh, not there. Sir, are you the owner of this cafe? Not anymore, I won't be. The shop and all the shops on this street are due to be demolished soon. I'm so sorry. Don't be. Demolition isn't news to anyone here. Not this cupboard either. Sir, what does it look like, the thing you're looking for? We can help you, maybe. It's a red binder. It's really dark. Girl, are you sure you can see anything in here? What? Place closed ages ago. Might be tricky getting lights on. One part's fully noted. You don't need to tell like see that. I'm glad it's coming off that I'm enjoying this. I'm glad that my emotions come through. I moved back in 2022, and after finally getting a decent computer that can run without sounding like it's ready to explode, and getting things set up properly in here in my room, I decided I'd finally want to start streaming. There were some hiccups along the way. Mainly the webcam. It wasn't really a hiccup, but it was something that pissed me off, and that's a story for a later day. But around August, I finally got everything set up and started streaming, and I've been keeping a pretty steady schedule ever since. It's fine if we can't find it. I'm not in that big a rush. Carry on searching for your pet. I'll keep an eye out for you. Come on, girl. There's no clones of mine here, and no whatever you're looking for. Off to the next location. It's all pitch black. I can't see a thing. Nothing like when I went surfing in Siesta before. So what does it look like? It's pink and white Beck Beast carrying volcanic rock on it. Kind that whistles in the wind. That whistles in the wind. Is it named Whistling Rock? Yes, it is. How did you know? Costa continues rummaging. He pulls open a dust-caked cupboard, out of which falls a vintage guitar, smashing right into his knee. Sir, are you alright? The sound of the guitar's impact rings in the air, a lingering acoustic hum, as if someone was playing on it. They sound like that when blown across those tones. Like you could perform music on them. I'm getting sidetracked. Oh, the romance. Whistling rocks like guitars. How did I never think of that? It's my baby girl right there. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but Merkiger, how are you doing? Is your pet carrying one of those? It's an odd luxury. If I remember right, it's fairly uncommon. It took it all by itself. You're going to humiliate me. Don't tell people my clones are kleptomaniacs. Okay, if I see it, I'll get in touch with you. How should I go about doing that? Oh, thank you. Please contact the Volcano Museum if you can. I'm one of the staff there. My name's Adele. With another mysterious bump, all the old odds and ends in the cupboard slump into a landslide across the floor, burying the guitar beneath. Damn it. Sure, are you sure you don't need help? It seems like you're... not in that good of a mood. The book falls into Adele's view. Under light from outside, she parses its title clearly. The Atlas of Terra's volcanoes. Are you interested in volcanology too? No, well, no, it's not as if I hate it. I mean, this isn't my book. Let's get outside for now. You work at the Volcano Museum? Do you know, Keller? I know Professor Keller. Are you friends? She used to be a regular here, I guess. One summer, she suddenly left Fiesta together with 2 Lathanians. I never got in touch with her after that. How's she been? She's doing all right at the museum, right? Right. Professor Keller's been occupied with survey prep for Mount Siesta, and the museum's still under improvement. She's very busy. She and you both work at the museum? Professor Keller is its curator. Curator? No, that's something. Well, if you can, please return this book to the curator for me. Hope there isn't any challenges you're facing in terms of streaming. Currently, no. Streamlabs and Stream Elements seem to be acting up for me from time to time, and I got to figure out what that is. But I'm noticing that I will start a stream, and an hour later, the first message telling me that, the general message went out that the stream has started, come watch the stream, and I'm like, I've been streaming for a fucking hour now, why is that fucking not just now going out? But that's the only thing that's been causing issues so far. That's the only thing I've run into. That and backwards compatibility issues on certain consoles when I'm playing older games. The current one is the Spyro trilogy does not like playing on the PS3s. Well, if you can, please return this book to Keller, to the curator for me. But those are both minor issues, so things I can overcome and that I'm not worried about. Where am I? Where am I? Find me if you can. Take the flowers in. Maybe behind them's where I am. The little black sheep frolics about before stopping by a street lamp. Bang. The little black sheep leaps into the air and before Adele's eyes vanishes like a cloud blown away in the breeze. With a ring and a clatter, a pebble, 2 coins, a sheet of paper, and a wallet all fall on the ground. Hide and seek. Mr. Dolly. Not me. But you didn't spend all of today cooped up inside the museum. You went out for a walk, you ate ice cream, you bought balloons. The sun's fine, the people are wonderful, and you've made a new friend, haven't you? That's the stuff of life. What is the seed you're after? Is this rock a seed? You need to look slowly. Take your time. The sun tomorrow's just as fine. Where am I? Where am I? Find me if you can. Is it one of these coins? Or was it on this poster? Letter of intent for relocation. Is a coffee bean the seed, Mr. Dolly? Take the flowers in. Maybe behind them's where I am. Bang. I am thankful, as of now, this event seems to have a lot less dialogue in it than the what was the last big one? Really, really big one that tied in with the Dorothy event. I can't remember what that one was called. The Ulysses and Huliak event was like hours upon hours upon hours of dialogue, and that one killed my fucking throat. I study volcanoes, because I hope to play guitar at the highest spot on Siesta one day. Doesn't have to be at the Obsidian Festival, and preferably at the top of a volcano. Volcano Sonatas. That's what I'm planning to call my first album. Can't wake the volcano up? Maybe I should call it Volcano Lullabies instead. Volcanoes sleep like a log, so I don't think you'll be able to wake it up that easily. You heard of this? About a kind of stone you can find at a volcano? When the wind blows it away, it makes a sound like beans falling into a bowl. First messages to you and maybe get Streamlabs stuff to help moderate your chat. It's like the chats, it's Streamlabs is the issue. Like, I don't know why. I haven't gotten the chance to look into it because ADHD, but it's the Streamlabs notification that doesn't show up until an hour after the stream starts. Like, that's the big issue right now, is like, today, for some reason, it triggered immediately. Like, first thing, I hit the start button and it sent the message out to everybody that stream was starting. Yesterday, when I was doing Spyro, I was an hour and a half into the stream before the message went out that the stream started. It's weird, and I don't know why it does that. It makes it sound like beans falling into a bowl. And if you soak it in water, bubbles fizz like a complex drumline. Of course it's real. If I find such a stone on a volcano, I'll bring it back to show it to you. Dr. Ben here. How are you feeling today? An old man lies in a hospital bed, his head tilted sideways as he looks out the window. Not so bad. You didn't come here to specifically remind me that I'm stuck in a bed this summer, and a hospital bed should be more comfortable than an office chair. Thanks for sparing the energy to tease me, but my butt hasn't known the touch of a chair for the past few days. Perhaps we should switch places. The old man turns to look at his grandson, standing beside the bed. So, my boy, why haven't you come to see me today? There's a letter of intent for relocation that I hope you can sign. City Hall staffer whispers the words as if admitting a mistake. A tired and bitter silence follows. It seems like this renovation plan is just so urgent that it can't even wait until I kick the bucket, huh? That's not it. I just thought you should know about it. Of course, I'd rather get your consent. If you want to convince me, you should have at least brought Tisha along with you. She's at work right now. Everything you do is to make a living, right? I really don't get why a girl like that would marry a boring man like you. It might be, but it seems like consistent. It's consistent in that it's inconsistent. Like, sometimes it's immediate, like, I'll hit the button and it'll send the message. Sometimes it's an hour and a half later. Sometimes it's 10 minutes. Sometimes it's a half an hour. It's just weird that it's not ever, like, a consistent startup. It might be my computer that's causing the issue, but I'll look into it another day. Right now, I'm just gonna try and enjoy this. Fuck, it's already 10:30. I might stream this one until midnight. Maybe later. We'll see. It means we got an hour and a half at least. Let's just say I've inherited your talent for making girls happy. The hospital ward is quiet, except for the faint sound of fruit being peeled. Work must have been tough these last few days. Been having nothing but bizarre dreams lately. After some thinking, I figured I'd have offered anyone. I think I figured I haven't offended anyone, so my guess is that you've been chewed out by a whole lot of people. Clever old man, you know my job so well. Well, what's your take? Really willing to let this shopping street get demolished and see the last traces of boats just to disappear? Costa, there's a guitar in the cabinet behind you. Take it out and play a song for me. No, thanks. You know that won't work. The old man speaks no more and turns his head away towards the window. I know that Mockingbird Cafe has been in Siesta longer than the City Hall. Many of the sops on that street chose to stay when they moved from the volcano. But there are too many factors at play that make their life difficult. And the volcano doesn't even make the list. Coffee and music can only keep people alive at certain times. If I hadn't lucked out and gotten this job at City Hall, your medical bills would have been too big a burden on the family. I'm not complaining, it's just... Alright, hand me a pen. Such a brat, Kosa. I hate that about you. Maybe I should have tossed you into the sea back when you were mixing your drip coffee with sparkling water. Thank you very much for not doing that. I do like that about you. You want to rent my hotel? And make a little modification to the hot springs, with your permission, of course. Price is negotiable. I'm not interested in money. It's all the same, not a shred of beauty. Well, money isn't the only bargaining chip. I definitely have something here that you'll be very interested in. Like this, for example. This photo. Is that a piece of exhibit-grade obsidian? So how about renting these few hot spring hotels of yours to me for a few days, and I'll move this piece of obsidian over. Don't play around with me. This is from some private museum's precious collection. How could you... Wait, you... Uh-huh. You'll keep your word. Word told, no proof, so let's sign a contract, shall we? Snowscent, can you do some research to check if my plan is feasible? It's probably doable. Good, that means it is. I'll trust your judgment. No, I'm not certain. I need some tools and materials and a bit of, a lot of time. Yeah, I'll move on to the next step. Since we've decided to focus on making the residents of the street welcome our redevelopment, we'll have to make sure it's perfect. We can't waste this chance with all these tourists drawn by Bison's ads for his trade affair. Shank News, thanks for following. I just saw that. I appreciate the follow. No, not here. Data model for volcanic eruptions is definitely not the files Professor Magna left for Adele. Why does Keller have this notebook with her? Good work today. Cup of coffee? No thanks. I'm not a coffee person. Is Adele here today? Today isn't a work day, so what are you doing here? You need these old documents for your work over at City Hall? Keller, why on terror did you invite Adele here? I believe I made it quite clear before. The research in this museum is related to the Naumans, and the imminent eruption of Siesta's volcano is a rare observation opportunity. Adele is their child, and also an excellent volcanologist, so it is only right I extend an invitation to her. Only now, after so many years with zero contact. You didn't attend the Naumans' funeral after the incident at Mount Una. You vanished without a trace from academic circles, and stopped your teaching work at the school for a year ago. Just what have you been up to these last few years? What are you running from? As you can see, the only thing I've done these past few years is organize all the volcanic research materials that now sit in this very museum. Everyone has their limits. I no longer have any energy to do volcano fieldwork. I'm preparing to retire after the museum is finished and have observed Mount Siesta's eruption. What? Retire? Why would you even consider retirement at all? Naumans left behind all of their unpublished research data to you and Adele. Enough to make your mark on the academic world, and yet now you're saying you want to retire. Or could it be that you've already placed a price tag on that data behind closed doors and gained something even better in exchange? I don't know what you're... Mr. Keller, are you in there? Keller, whatever your plans, I hope you consider the Naumans before making any decisions. Adele is their only child and the only hope they left behind. She's already contracted neuropathy and her condition isn't the best either. I just hope she can be happy and free. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Professor Keller? I'm in here, Adele. Come in. Mr. Keller, I found the exhibit and already put it back in the display cabinet. Alright, good work. Yes, sir, what's wrong? Nothing much. Where did you find the exhibit? It was with the Beck beast that sneaked into the museum. Well, strange. Alright, if there's nothing else, you can... Professor Keller, there's something else I wanted to mention. I met a shopkeep on the street, and he asked me to return this book to you. Shopkeeper in the commercial street? Why the hell? Bang! I can taste the fatigue in the air. So painfully bitter and sickeningly sour. Just who is it coming from? Mr. Dolly, you scared me. Why are you here? I just saw a beautiful streak of blue across the city. Want to go to a hot spring? Mr. Dolly, I still have some research to do. No. Research is such a bitter word, it makes you all wrinkly. Volcano is right there, and the material won't disappear either. So you can always come back to continue your research anytime, but... Dolly lightly tips his toes and spins in midair, in what looks to be a somewhat comical dance. Some things are so fleeting that you'll never get a second chance to see it if you miss it. For example... Hey, finally found you. Let's go. Want to visit the hot springs together? Hot springs? I don't have the ability to control people's hearts, by the way. But what? Can we get a swimsuit? That's fine, I have some over here. Besides the two of us, Snowscent will be there too, and we'll also call Kaylin in a bit. I even bought some of the latest facial cream. They say there's volcanic ash inside. Plus, I have an important thing to ask you, and you're the only one who can do it. Is this the latest record player on the Colombian market? I didn't think I'd be able to see one in Siesta. I'm paying close attention, they only started selling these just a few days ago. These are leftover stock. You already missed the first wave. You don't know this, but there was a super long line here this morning. Limited editions with the Emperor's signature even come with a copy of his latest album. And that sold out forever ago. Emperor's latest album? Isn't that dropping next week? Is this what they call an early access batch? Who could even pull this off? It's not just Emperor's albums either. Also signed copies of Miss Sora's album, Casmir and Radiant Knight helmet model replica, and Cerny Clavier's collection. Wait, what's this? Oh, voice getting raspy already. Huh. I think I'd find one of our Sargonian crabby humpies here. What use does it even have here in Siesta? Who cares? It's cute and that's all that matters. Did you miss a line of people queuing to buy them? Whoa, we even got dates here. Dates? Excuse me, Mr. Sargonian? Beard casually strummed a Sargon-style ditty. Can you tell me a story of plucking dates in the hot and dry breeze? Voice not work. These are instruments imported from Lithanian. And I have to say, these Lithanians sure are stellar at any music. You can try if you like, and if you don't like or know how to play one, I can teach you a little. Piece I just played? I performed it when me and my wife confessed our feelings to each other. If you fancy learning it, I have a sheet here you can have. The snacks around here, you ask? See that bearded old man on the left? His ice cream's the best. Slowly now, take it easy. Strawberry for you, orange for you, yours is coffee, and what else? Coconut with chocolate? Oh, no need to rush, we have plenty here. Damn, she got pretty. Mister, give me a tea-flavored one. You're coming right up. Thank you. I'll send this to Swartz too. You'll make her drool. Dr. Salen, you here for the trade fair too? Stop by for a stroll since I happen to have some time today. Enos, you good lad. Thanks again for fixing the cash register this morning. It would have been so hectic otherwise. It's nothing. Just helping out is all. How's business? So good I almost thought I was back in the old Chester. Why haven't I seen that Costa fella anywhere today? Spent the whole day running all over this place for this, and now that everything is in motion, that man is nowhere to be found. Maybe there's other work to do in City Hall today. That rascal. Doesn't even know how to ditch work. Boss, give me a cone. Coming. Feel free to come to our cocktails over at the White Volcano, too. You brat. You need to expose your channel. I can get help with that since I'm a blogger. If you get nothing less than 300 followers and viewers in a week. What about your channel and the games you stream and when you stream it? Really great if we do get something like that. I mean, I haven't really been doing a whole lot of advertising because I'm just doing this for fun. If you feel like it, go for it, man. I won't tell you no, but unfortunately I can't afford to pay you at the current moment. Bills are fucking tight. This is a big de-stressor for me because that's one of my big anxiety things that started in January. Enos leans against the soda fountain, watching the surrounding people come and go. You see my little siblings earlier? It's your first time in such a bustling place. Keep clamoring for some volcano coffee or something on the way. As soon as I handed them a little pocket money, they were gone in a flash. No, I don't think I spotted any kids here. The little runts aren't here. If you want to find them, you have to head over to East Street. See, there's a new amusement park over there or something, and my own Brad even told me over at breakfast that he'd help me look after the store. I haven't heard from him ever since he learned about the place. Amusement park. Can I open my eyes now, Miss Swire? Also, what's the important thing you were mentioning earlier? Some of those secretly mined obsidian appear in this hotel too, or do you need a nominal volcanologist for your work? Or neither? No volcanoes here, and no data either. Only a comforting hot spring, so now you just have to get into some pretty clothes and then... Alright, you can open your eyes now. Wow, there's so many tourists. What happened here? Wasn't it just a hot spring before? It's so lively, just like Fiesta a few years back. A few tourists erupt in cheering, and Adele recovers from her surprise. So many kayaks and water installations here. Spire, are these yours? Yep, this is the water park I'm setting up for the commercial street. Wow. Did you do all this by yourself? Not by myself, of course. I provided the plan, but we have our chief genius engineer from London to thank for making this reality. Miss Spire, that's a little bit too much. Really now. Jan's #1, Terra's #1 genius engineer. Wait, Snow Scent, don't run around like that, be careful. Oh, it's flying. How did you do that? Are these surf kayaks actually flying straight from one hot spring channel to the other? Actually, it's not that complicated as it looks. We just need to add a pneumatic ejection device on the waterways, so once the kayaks reaches this spot, it'll trigger the mechanism, and then it'll... Yay, I can fly! Mama! There aren't any guardrails on the waterways, so I'm a little worried about... I redesigned the kayaks according to Spire's plans, and they come equipped with a comprehensive emergency cushioning system. It's also the second way you can play with these, as bumper kayaks. They can freely glide on the waterways, and the cushioning system will absorb all the impact force, using it to power the kayak's water guns that spray water forward. You won't have to pay me. The money will be involved with the publication code, and that depends on the amount of subscribers we'll be publishing it to. Try to get a code requires payment. On my port design and writing content will be free on me. I'm not quite sure what you mean by all that. Okay. The money will be involved, will be on the publication code, and that depends on the amount of subscribers we would be publishing it to. I'll think about it, but if from what I'm reading, I'm not fully sure I'll be interested. I do truly appreciate the offer though. But I'll definitely think about it. Okay, read all that. I didn't mention it to the tourists, but many of them seem to have already mastered this secret. Look over there. Along with a shriek, a kayak spins in the waterway, seemingly about to fall off the channel. The airbags at the kayak's edge quickly inflate, wrapping up the passengers. But as the kayak drops, its trajectory is interrupted suddenly, as if there is a transparent barrier in the air. Water splashes on the ground. A completely wrapped kayak sways and falls downward. Hey, you alright? Anyone hurt? I'll go take a look first, Aya. Just wait here a second. Tourists around the fallen kayak, but there is only giggling bubbling from the center. With a puff of the bulging air cushion, 2 children emerge from within. It's all your fault for moving around so much. I didn't catch the little lamb, and our siesta adventure was ruined. Nuh-uh, it's not my fault that it landed so fast. Lamb? I don't see them here either. Must be tiring taking care of your younger siblings, yes? Children of that age love to play around and make so much noise. Thanks for your concern. And it's fine this way too. They're having fun at least. You have a lot to worry about as an older brother. I think back on some past incidents. I think like a friend might feel the same sometimes. You have an older sibling, Dr. Salen? I've never heard... It's your fault. All your fault. Hey, you brats, where did you run off to? Enos. It's Enos. We sat on a big air cushion boat and chased a fluffy little lamb. What are you talking about? What lamb? A fluffy little lamb that lifted our boat up with its head to play with us. When we catch it, we're gonna make it sit in our boat. Enos, over there, the lamb is back. Where? Look up. Wait, these are surfboards. Why are they flying in the sky? Surfboards and swim rings. They use the hot spring steam to leap into the air, jumping over Fashion Street and into the sky beyond the tourist view. Everyone's eyes are glued on the objects swirling around as if living creatures. And Adele sees something slightly different than the others. Surfboards cruising across the sky have sheep standing on them. They don't seem content with just racing the waterways. Hot water, vapor, colorful surfboards, and swim rings. The sheep sweep them all up, and together they pour into the hustle and bustle of Fashion Street. This is bad. Dolly said he would teach them a lesson. Why was he lying to me? No, we're splashing the hot spring water everywhere. Snow Sant, did you design a flying surfboard behind my back because I rejected your idea for an observation wheel suspended above the hot spring? No. Didn't you arrange this, Miss Swire? No, it wasn't me either. Two look at each other, and then hesitantly turn their gazes towards Adele, who's been standing to the side the whole time. Adele? You... What? No, it's not me either. Odd. Could it be Bison, then? Yoo-hoo, little lamb, fluffy little lamb. Lamb's flying. I'll go look. Whoa, hey, Snowcent. These surfboards are really flying. Whatever, let's get on those things. Who's in charge here? Quick, someone should mass produce these surfboards. Woohoo! Mr. Dolly. Is this the hot spring you were talking about? Oh god, I forgot we were at the beginning of the stage. I thought we were already in this one. What are these? After interview and content writing publication code will be needed. One code is for 1,000 subscribers. Okay. Okay. Do you have an idea about how much that would cost? You there. You. You're not in range. Oh, you're not in range. Shit.
We're counting on you again today.
Oof. Okay, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah. This has me worried though. What is this? Urban Whirlwind Walker. Explodes on first attack, dealing AoE arch damage and spawning Carmine Seam. Great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was unfortunate.
It's not my wish to take lives. I'm used to fighting alone.
Oh, that's not good.
Doctor, you will not come to harm. I'm used to fighting alone myself. Torturous nightmare.
決まっ
Mm.
決まっ何時がとは我が意向にかき消された
Okay. This is a clusterfuck. Oh, that's the last one.
By your command. 私に指図するな。愚か者。
Okay, that wasn't terrible. Now that I know what to expect from those little shitters. Why are you still here? I'm going to be scuttling around here like a four-legged metal crab on the beach until I can get all your signatures. Fine, scuttle on then. I'm packing up, going home and having a drink. Be my guest. I bought this new gadget at the market today. This Regina microwave massager. Something or other. Colombian thing. Can't make sense of it, but it works wonders. It was like real relief sticking it on my back. Not bad for trying something new. That shaggy back beast riding a surfboard on the roof one of your funnies too? Shaggy back beast. No, that's not... Shame about that. I liked it. Entertainment that good has been rare ever since we lost the Obsidian Festival. I'm glad it made you happy. 20 to 25 or 30 for one. Last time I did an email blog post, it was gotten for 20 USD, and that was 2 months ago. I still be the same or higher though. I'll consider it. It's definitely worth considering. Alright, got something for you. A kalimba. Pick this up from the same market? Congrats on the marriage, Sony. You got a safe job for your family. A boring one, but you got a sense of responsibility. I can understand you like stability, but life's full of ways. Don't live out the hound days, son. Each day lived is another hound day. You just have to roll with the punches. I used to gamble with your grandpa, if you remember. We said you'd always come back from Obsidian with the grand prize one day. Honestly, a waste of all that musical talent. If you're interested, I can still bring my guitar out sometimes. Play it for you again. If you play this number on that thing sooner, your letter might have been the first to have my signature on it. You... Thanks. Mrs. Harley, we recovered the surfboards that went missing here. Can you check if that's all of them? I'm so sorry about this. You helped me here. What are you apologizing for? I didn't think these old things would ever get used again. It's funny. Just who would have taken them? Oh, well, I'm not too sure either. That's alright, girl. Could have been some tourist just picked them up while they were having too much fun. No harm, no foul. How are you? You have fun today? You mean getting drenched in hot spring water? Didn't it bring back a little of that seaside fun? Hasn't been so lively in forever. Many customers here to drink were all smiles. Those owners were always frowning day in and day out. Even the drink was starting to taste bad. Harley looks towards the tourists outside who still haven't scattered. Sunset gradually dyes the sky. Every single person's feeling merry. It's like we've gone back years and years. A man listlessly heads for the old cafe and pushes open its doors once again. Feels for the light switch. Carefully, he uses a rag to wipe the dust from the counter and pulls the equipment out from the cupboards before pulling a pouch out of his chest pocket. Fresh coffee beans brought back from the office. Like so many years ago, he boils, he grinds, and attentively he pours. Flavor is... I guess I've gotten rusty. He looks out the window. One after another, people make their way home while it's still dusk. The street grows gradually more desolate, until there's no one out at all. Only then does he chuckle to himself bitterly. Seriously, what the hell am I waiting for? Finishes his coffee and prepares to tidy everything away to get out of here. A knock comes from the door. Just remembers he never even shut it. Who is it? Good evening. Are you still open? Mr. Dolly, you promise you've made it clear to Little Black Sheep not to cause trouble like this anymore? Yep, any more mess and I'll disavow them as my clones. Tumbles around in the air. Headbutts walls in the street. Mr. Dolly. Fine, I'll try as hard as I can. Attempts to walk calmly. See, much better. They still caused plenty of chaos at the trade fair today. But the air was full of the smell of joy, you mean? It's sugary sweet, and even now. It's just like the first time I took a walk across the countries you talk about. Where there's hilly areas you can glide, where there's watery areas you can surf. I even had a couple of bastard annoying animals chasing me all over the wilds. Every place produces something different. Knowing how you human race can just tour the whole place, getting to see such interesting things must be novel for you, right? I don't get the sense you're showing off, Mr. Dolly. Busted. Did you have fun today then, Adele? Hot springs let you relax, skateboarding's a thrill, and that loud-ass penguin's loud-ass music got you pumped up, didn't it? Mr. Dolly, those children could see the lambs. How is it this hard to cheer you up? There's that brooding flavor in the air again, bitter and tart. Adele turns away to hide a little giggle, then recovers her straight face. Mr. Dolly, we're here. I need to leave the owner a note saying we found the exhibit, and thank you for worrying about us. I have the pen and paper in my bag. Oh, is this cafe open again? Dim yellow lights diffuse the interior. Through the windows, the cafe's furnishing can vaguely be made out. Goes pours hot water, the sound breaking the silence between him and his customer. Condensation fills the windows. Adele gently wipes the hot spring's white mist from the glass, and finally catches a proper glimpse of the customer. What did we stop for? Are we going for coffee? Professor Keller. I got the Atlas of Terra's volcanoes. Never thought you'd have kept it safe for so many years. Thank you. I asked the little lady. She came here looking for some exhibit. This would happen to be the volcano museums. Is, she your employee? Adele is my student. Ah, your student. Right, right. You've been quite the miserable worker at City Hall lately, gathering signatures for an LOI to relocate the residents. My parents left their own little clothing shop. Reasonably speaking, I should need to sign too. Do you have any objections to redevelopment then? Our family stopped leaning on the place for our livelihood long ago. It would make your work go any smoother. Of course, and thank you for your cooperation. Want another cup? Can that come with the old complimentary chat then? As a qualified barista, listening is part of my work. Take a seat then. Maybe we should go, Mr. Dolly. She doesn't seem like the right one to leave a message. Aw, but the coffee smells so good. Can't we have some? Prepares to charge headlong into the cafe. Hey. The closed glass door blocks the lamp strike, and it hardly makes as loud a noise as she expected. Simply turns tail and shoots back into the street, where it tumbles around. Adele nervously observes how the two inside react. Why'd you up and leave when you did? I met two very interesting people. When you study volcanoes, you're always visiting new places. I remember, you met each other here a lot. And if they came, you'd plug in your guitar, and off you went with your heavy metal racket. Magna always felt that boy at the cafe never seems to welcome them too much. I was just a little too willful of a brat back then. It wasn't meant at them specifically. I know, and they didn't take it to heart. You gave them coffee soda to try once, and make us swear to secrecy that we wouldn't tell Grandpa Mockingbird. He couldn't stand the drinks I came up with. Every time I added them to the menu, he'd wipe them off. They're just as bizarre as him as my axe. And my drum kit. By the way, that wasn't just your average coffee soda. It's called volcanic coffee. Alright, yes, volcanic coffee. It was a nice drink in any case. After we left Lethanian, Cassia would often follow your recipe to recreate the flavor for himself. How are Katia and Magna doing? Remember when you left Siesta, you said you'd be visiting every volcano across the land with them. I spent a long time with them on our travels. But a few years ago, we strayed apart. Strayed? Yes. And we're never to meet again. Was it... I'm so sorry. Hence why I came back. Open museum. Hoped I could preserve all the research they'd done. When I saw you at the museum that day, it totally blindsided me. It was a great surprise for me too. You're nothing like the noisy little child I remember. You too. You're a museum curator and everything. I suppose I've turned an old idea or two into reality. No matter what, though, the conviction that keeps me going now isn't really what drove me in the first place anymore. Still, change isn't always a bad thing, wouldn't you say? Two lapse into silence for a while. The customer lightly stirs at the coffee in her cup. You go to the trade fair today? Trade fair? I did. Tourists were profuse. Proprietors were in high spirits. Much like the siesta of old. Once this place is already built and the tourist influx comes, I'll have an idea or two about what's next for me. For example, who knows? Probably keep running a cafe, but maybe a rock and roll cafe or just a music shop. Built to the wall with drum kits and guitars. Lots to try. Always someone out there who will enjoy it. Just like you say, just like the siesta of old. Huh. Very funny that happened today too. At the trade fair and I saw this soft drink from Colombia. The recipe was 1 for 1 with my volcanic coffee, the exact same. Well, I didn't leak your secret recipe. No, it was a year ago when I was planning to shutter the shop. I told somebody else about how to make it. Honestly, it's just coffee plus soda water. Of course, some Colombian could have come up with it on their own too. Hand brewed coffee and soda water. How did you come up with it first? When I was young, I thought coffee was so bitter I was convinced I had to add something to even make it drinkable. You shook the whole cafe playing your rock and roll, and yet you were bad with bitter. Who would care about something like that back then? Carol laughs, drowning out the last gulps of coffee in her cup. The aroma lingers lazily in the cafe air. So, want soda in this cup too? Here. After this one, I may well genuinely spend the whole night awake. Adele, let me just be upfront. I told them what I told them, but a lot of them are dying to go inside. Probably to taste the volcanic coffee. Make up for the owner's losses, I can leave a product from today's trade fair in exchange. Product from the fair? Where'd you get it? My lovely little child gave it to me. Honest. We can't go in now. The restless lambs drag a case of glass bottles out from the junk at Adele's side and zealously churn through it for something. Eventually, they get a few bottles of carbonated water clamped in their mouths and pull off the metal caps, acting like they've found treasure. What are you doing? Didn't you want soda? The lambs bounce about, each one with a shiny bottle cap on their head. Then they line up together and playfully scamper away. I said to wait. What makes them even more impatient than me? What was all that? Oh, that's the seed they're after. But these bottle caps makes them seeds. The world as they see it isn't quite the world you all see. This itty-bitty little round thing gets taken by a foul beast to a place far, far away, where it takes root and sprouts and becomes something completely unlike before. Some become soda caps, some become sauce lids. Each one has a different flavor, but they all have their own charms. I assume at least one of them drank that sort of volcanic coffee in Colombia before, so this rings that bell into them and particularly loud. Isn't it more than fascinating to view the world as that? Digs at the soil. But all that granted, just because you planted the bottle caps doesn't mean they're going to grow into drinks. Let them have their fun. The answers will grow by themselves. Sitting like this for a long time always makes my arm fall asleep. Hello, Costa here. Mr. Costa, this is your grandfather's clinician. I'm sorry to tell you this, but your grandfather passed away this evening. I can't know if this will be any comfort to you, but I want you to know he left us peacefully. I usually stream on Sundays. Saturdays are a maybe, but I do always stream on Sundays. My schedule on Twitch should be accurate. Fridays are just... Friday isn't on there because Fridays is my fill-in day. Whenever there's a big event, like a limited time event in Arknights going on, I usually use Fridays as the fill-in for extra time. Otherwise, there's no guarantee I can finish all these events if I just followed the same old schedule. New product launched. Siesta and Fashion Street completed. It is... Oh, right. I almost forgot about that. And we got this little...
今日から正式にロドスにお世話になります。え、コードネーム？そうっすね。じゃあ、ブライオファイタってことで一つよろしく。苔のようにどこにでも生えて、山の巨岩や海の岩礁、あらゆる場所に足跡を残せますようにってね。
Oh, first things first. That's not what I want to do. New operator. Let's change his voice pack to the English voice. See how that sounds.
Hello, Doctor. I'm Ennis, and I'm formally joining Rhodes Island today. What? Code name? Let me think. How about Bryophyta? I hope I'll get to leave my mark on the mountain rocks and reefs, just like the moss.
Alright. You're an optimistic fella. I don't mind. I don't hate you. You're not the worst event character. Let's do a little bit of Fashion Street. Incentives, okay. Ooh, more food than drinks this time. And gifts I'm always conservative with. Okay, okay, not bad. I think I understand what some of that means. Out for drinks. Right there. And scout for food. Ooh, we have to keep that there. If I lower it, we bring more in. By a significant value. So we'll do that. He priced it lower than mine, okay. And I might as well scalp. Okay. That works for me. How much? 4,000. Where the hell did all that come from? Okay. Oh, I did try. Okay, I remember where that came from now. Okay. Back to the event. Training stage. Decorative geysers, steam soda bottles. What's to learn? Shimmering light here seems a little strange. That's a sign that a fluffy body is present. Carmine streams or pyrite stream appear on a tile with a fluffy body on it. They'll turn visible and immediately explode, producing more steam clouds in the vast of the same type. So what you're saying is... Oh. Got it, overwhelming. It's a big bitch. Here I come. Yeah. Texting me like tickling dolly. This dude with war shield? Not even gonna bother. But you can weaken his shield by attacking him while next to a decorative geyser. Don't forget, you can also significantly weaken Dolly's shield by smashing steam coke soda bottles near him.
Temperature stable.
When Dolly's wool shield completely disappears, he'll no longer receive reduced damage, and won't be as rowdy as before. Mm-hmm. Best time for a showdown is when Dolly falls to the ground.
How's that?
Right there.
Business competitor or not, you will get a lesson from me.
Oh, I didn't even look at what type you are.
Oh, don't be silly.
You're an instructor type. Okay, that's interesting.
Fierce winds won't push me back.
How's that?
I'm leaving. We shall meet again after you've found the things I've lost. Oh, he's an airborne unit now.
This may be a little hot.
Is it a problem if I let him go?
Mission accomplished.
Nope, okay.
Capital is all mergers and acquisitions. Victory is like investigation and arrest.
It's gonna be a lot of dialogue, isn't it? Setting sun seems to be the last customer of the small shop. The one behind the counter is no longer a familiar old man, but a coffee-colored creature. It cranks the grinder handle, and the aroma of coffee wafts into the air with bits and pieces of finely ground beans. The record spins slowly as a loudspeaker sings leisurely. Coffee-colored creature? Oh. Oh, welcome. Dreaming again. I don't think I saw you earlier. Are you new here? I think so, because I don't have any memories from yesterday. I don't know why I'm here, but I thought I'd make a cup of coffee. Oh, would you like one? Coffee has a nimbly wonderful flavor that comes only when you brew it by hand. Now let's see. Where did I put those newly arrived beans? I should have stored them myself. Seems like it's behind some kind of guitar. Talk of guitars is suddenly making me a little angry. How odd. Oh. Oh. Guitar? Angry? Are you okay? Never mind. Maybe it's because that guitar looks a bit boring. Please sit anywhere you like. The one you've waited for will soon be here. The one I'm waiting for? Are you waiting, or is the other? I can't tell. Oh, you're here. I remember you. Good evening, Adele. So sorry I'm late. Did you remember to have breakfast today? Yes, I did. Huh? Why do you ask? Good girl. You've changed your clothes. Are you ready? Clothes? Isn't this Moody's coat? Pack your things and let's get shopping. We'll go buy some things we need to climb a volcano. I think that coffee sheep just made me realize something. Sun inches down bit by bit as the street lamps along the path light up the stars. Adele's vision is a little fuzzy, as if she's seen a sky like this somewhere, sometime before. Is there a short street in that small town on Lithanian's southern border, or on the road back home from her school and her memories? And burpees. She can even remember the smell of the air then. Slightly moist, with a hint of sunshine and plants growing exactly the same as now. Is this your shopping mall? Yes, we have to make some preparations before we climb the volcano. I know there's many things we need to bring. A compass, protective clothing, a camera, a tent, some flint too, if we're camping overnight. No, we won't need those in here. First, we need to buy enough knowledge, courage, and curiosity. Check the prices before buying each one. And lastly, buy a little of luck. But luck is very expensive and often the fastest to sell out, so it's alright to skip it, if you don't have the budget. I see. The fluffy creature shakes itself, and several soda bottle caps fall from her wool. They clink and tinkle into the merchant's pouch. Thank you for your generosity. I may need to buy a bit more courage. I have enough courage to climb the volcano, but I need a bit more courage to leave home. The fluffy critter shakes itself again, more caps falling out. Merchant opens its pouch, waiting for more. Not enough, not enough. If the pouch isn't full, I can't give you courage. If the pouch isn't full. If you don't manage to buy courage, will you be able to climb the volcano? It's alright, Adele. Things like this happen all the time. I've gradually become used to finding courage by and for myself. Adele, let's get moving. Must be careful on our journey and look after our things as well. Things? But I didn't bring anything with me. Someone wants to steal the photograph. Follow me and keep an eye on my package, okay? What did you just say? I didn't catch that. We can't go on like this, Adele. Here, for you. Cuddly creature shakes itself, and a fluff of wool falls out. What's this? Go on. Put it on your ear, and you'll be able to hear. Now, we have to find the next one. There's yet another fluffy critter covering a window in front of him with photographs. He turns his head at the sound of footsteps. His fluffy back fidgets repeatedly, covering the window full of photos. Oh, you two. You're finally here. We have much to prepare. How's the weather looking? Sky is full of thick clouds. I'm afraid it might rain soon. Do we still have time? Not much left. We'll need to hurry. Adele looks at the sky without a cloud in sight. Do you need me to buy an umbrella? No, Adele. Look, I am an umbrella. Can't let the photograph get wet or it will be stolen. I'll keep it safe in my package. What is this photograph you're talking about? Shh, I hope you never find out. And if you do, that it happens far, far in the future. The solemn creature lowers his head. Let's go. We'll head upwards in a bit, and that's where we want to go. You don't have enough wool yet, Adele. Here, this is mine. Okay. The two creatures seem to have shrunk a little, and Adele looks just like one of them. Oh, the wool seems to be bumping me upwards. That means our trip is about to begin. How's the view up there? Always great before the rain falls. And how are you feeling? Always great before the rain falls. And you, Adele? You seem to be in a good mood. The petite critter follows them, skipping and hopping. Along the street, the lights, the clouds, and the stars, it tries its best to get higher and higher. Wow, I think it's getting stronger. Will it come with us? Fluffy critter doesn't answer, and she bites onto a corner of Adele's coat. Clink, clank, they step on the lights. Adele feels as if she's flying. People are come and go on the street. No, it is sheep that are moving to and fro. Oh, be careful, you might run into someone. They're selling flowers up ahead. I need to hurry. No need to rush still. Your rainbow is all crooked. Here, let me help you straighten it. Alright, off you go. Thank you, see you, so long. Little black sheep shuffle through the streets one after another, going in and out of shops. The streets at night have taken on a different look. Adele turned her head to look for her two companions, who were separated by the waves of little black sheep. As soon as she turned, she's greeted by the sight of two fluffy creatures quietly standing right behind her, as if they've been waiting for her countless years. Adele, you have to plant a pebble when you return to this time. A pebble? Yes, just like we did with that small hunk of rock before. You bury it in the ground, which was originally in a dark shade, until it met many different kinds of rocks. Let me guess, because you bought a lot of luck for it. The two fluffy critters continue jumping upwards, towards the sky, seeming more distant than ever. Adele stands in between, her hand outstretched, holding on to their wool. Well, that is one reason, but the important bit is that I water it with love every day. And memories. Can you buy those in shops too? No, little one. Love and memories are our own treasures. They'll grow on the paths you tread, in your embraces, and on the cheeks you kiss. But sometimes they go unnoticed, so we always have to work hard to find them. That little stone traveled through many mountains underground, and followed the rivers through many a place, knocking and bumping into things, and finally we realized we had no idea where it had gone. We'd lost it. Then, are you too sad because of that? We feel regret. Perhaps we shouldn't have planted it, or maybe we should have planted it somewhere we could see. Every little stone is unique, and we lost what was ours. But I recall that it turned into lava in the end, warm and piping hot, and we all loved it. Yes, we loved it. Then, that's alright. It managed to turn into lava in the end, and you didn't forget it. I think this little stone was already fortunate enough. Maybe it's a dream, a story. A story circling in my head that needed us to tell you about it. Then, if you ever meet this rock again one day, do you think you'll be able to recognize it? Adele, my little rascal. Will we still recognize it? No, it has already turned into beautiful lava. Red-hot lava rushing forward, never to look back again. We'll never ever meet it again. We'll only be at its back. It will go into places we have never met, to see sights we have never seen. And all we need is to remember this story, to tell it to you. You also have to plant your own little pebble, and then watch it take root and sprouts. Watch it go far away. Look, Adele, we've reached the peak. Little stones have already turned into lava. The eruption is about to begin. Is this story about to end too? Not at all. This is just the beginning. It will turn into a cloud and then fall back to the ground. It will no longer be a rock, but a handful of warm and white volcanic ash. It is the little stones turning into nutritious rocks, or nutritious volcanic ash, that allows the land to bloom. Our little stone will return someday. When that happens, we'll be able to see it again. Will that be a long time, or will it be soon? Maybe, we don't know. Come, Adele, hold on to me. We too will turn into clouds and then fall back through the earth. We're going to fly down together. Adele hugs the creature by her side and tries making a step. She falls downward, but it is slow and light, as if she is floating. She sees her hair flying around her, the other little black sheep lightly jumping around the lights of the shop. The wool on her body holds her up, enveloping her, an experience already in the depths of her childhood memories. Her parents hold her up and throw her into the sky to catch the stars above. She falls onto the wool, fluffy and soft beneath her. Stars fall into her eyes, and her eyes grow hot. Shadows come and go on the street, and Adele tries to get on her feet, wanting to share this fantastic feeling with the two fluffy creatures by her side. Phew, where are we going next? I spotted many more little shops in the distance when we were above earlier. Should we go around and take a look? I'll go look for places where we can find more bottle caps, so we can buy more things we want. Adele's breathing quickens with her excitement. The little black sheep from earlier mentioned a flower shop just ahead. Mother used to always place some flowers by my bed when I was young. Do you like flowers? The small white flowers that look like you two. Look, just like the one on that little black sheep. Fluffy creatures fall silent, no longer replying. Stars in the sky dim, and then light up as they open their mouths. Little one. I know, the bedside flowers do smell really good. I love them too. Then I'll buy some and make a garland for you. Just wait for me. I haven't made one in a long time. The remainder of Adele's words choke in her throat. She realizes the fluffy critters have stopped following her. The flowers and leaves from her staff fluttering around the two. They take a few steps back, their figures melting into the night. No, Adele. We have to go. Clouds have gathered, and will never again disperse. Yes, it's time. Where are you going? We have to head back up to the volcano before it starts to rain. Up the volcano. Don't go to the volcano. You'll... No, Adele. The rain will soon fall. If we don't go, everything we've done before will be for naught. You will drown if you stay somewhere low. Adele, you have to go to the peak. It has a beautiful view, and also the truth. Adele, I hope that you can stay pure and focused. This land is not all pure, but there shouldn't be anything disturbing the heart of someone keen as for answers. We want to expand the boundaries of what humanity knows together with you. We're working our hardest for this reason, and you'll definitely stand on our shoulders to see a clearer and lovelier land. Adele. So long, Adele. Three more missions and 20 minutes before midnight. Ugh. We're getting pretty far in. I need to start looking at the map. 1.2 accesses. This route is entirely unblockable. So let's drop Searcher or Shen. And Sayleech or Ling. Skill 2. That gives me a little bit of range options. Disaster. This is a disaster, I tell you. You call this interior design? No wonder no one hires Siestans for design work. This is a tourist destination, yet it has no architectural style of its own. You don't even know how to copy someone else's properly. How could you sully the elegance of Victorian style like this? Look at this table. I said I wanted it to have a marble-like texture. Instead you went with this cheap, low-quality wood. Perhaps you should look at your budget and again see if you gave me enough for even half a slab of fox marble. Ha! Alright. Looks like you don't quite understand your place, Miss Anne Mare. If it wasn't for me, you'd still be following the Sargonian caravans, fumbling your way around town. There's nothing stopping me from reporting you to the cops as an undocumented immigrant who illegally entered Colombia. Then you won't see so much as a dime. If you do that, I'll report you for sheltering and hiring an illegal immigrant. Now pay me. Why you? Full of Siestan, so crude and disrespectful. And the city's so stupid as to willingly give up their obsidian mining industry, their bread and butter. There are bound to be citizens like you with no respect for others. Money first, yell at him only after you get the money. Nothing to say. The tragic thing about you is that you haven't even realized Siesta's foolishness. And you're here shouting and accusing me. Can't make nothing from this job. I need my traveling money. You people had chosen to join Victoria all those years ago. You would long have been citizens of the Empire and dollars in the opulence the Empire has to offer, and found your place in the Empire's grand history. Instead, you are here trying to earn a bit of coin to get on your way. Looks like you're at least savvy enough to understand my point. Take this, it's your pay. Count it well, it's in Victorian pounds. You know the denominations, right? Don't you even think I'm trying to shortchange you, lest you make yourself seem ill-mannered. Mister, you aren't deserving of my manners. You don't know anything about Siesta's history. You don't even know the first thing about the Victoria architecture history you're so proud of. What's more, Victoria's glory is all thanks to your ancestors' contributions. It hasn't got one bit to do with you. Why don't you go take a look at the building in Victoria and see how Siesta's obsidian has changed your architectural style and become the kind of luxury commodity that you snobs adore so much. Who's the one with a narrow perspective here? Why you? Siestans closed off the mines to protect the environment. Everything we do it for the sake of our homeland's future. Not like some stingy man who's just talking about the glorious past over and over to win himself respect. I'm going back to rebuild my homeland and help breathe a new life into it. What about you? What have you done for Victoria given the shape it's in these days? Anne Mare curls her lips a little and measures the thickness of the stack of bills with her hand. Even the Colombian demolition crews pay more, oh noble employer. I only hope your taste will help you make your comeback. Now cheerio. This will probably be the last one for today. And Tuesday I will hopefully finish the last two main story missions. Need to go over anything again? It doesn't hurt to be careful. Everything of value is still here, and the house is in one piece. Good enough for me. I'll send you your reward, I promise you. The exhibition Grand Obsidian and the certificate will make it to you in probably 2 months. That's great. Looking forward to it. The collector's eyes briefly lights up, though his excitement doesn't last particularly long. Is there some kind of bewitching power to these obsidians that has you enthralled like this? Are you interested in obsidian yourself? I suppose not. I've learned my lesson. There are very few people out there who truly have an eye for their beauty. Most with have their eyes on obsidians are up to no good. Never mind, I shan't bother you any longer. Goodbye. Mr. Paliper Brown, are you perhaps related to the bankrupt Siestan tycoon Beat Brown? Don't even mention that scary old man. There may not be many who still remember him, but I'm sure he was much more well known back when obsidian was still Siesta's main export. I spotted this name while I was going over the data. Didn't expect his successor to be running a little hot springs hotel in the area. Volcano gave Siesta plenty of riches, and the hot springs are no less wonderful than the obsidian. The old man died a couple years ago, in neuropathy. He never went anywhere close to the mines, but he got infected on his way to Colombia for vacation when the car's origin engine broke down. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. He wasn't really a good man, but his mines did create many jobs. If his protective measures were just a little more comprehensive, perhaps he would have won the gratitude of the miners. I've heard that when the government announced the ban on obsidian mining, your mines were the first ones to work towards shutting down. What else was I supposed to do? The only alternative I had was to break the law. Alright, Mr. Brown. I hope we'll get to work together again in the future. Your hot spring hotel is very spectacular. Would you perhaps be interested in developing it into a hot spring resort? I'll pass. I'd rather not go through all the ruckus. That is, unless you make me an offer that I truly can't refuse. Say, an even bigger obsidian that's even more pleasing to the eye. Speaking of which, your obsidian collection here have all been delicately cut and polished. How come there's a geo that hasn't been polished whatsoever? Oh, you got any funny ideas about it? That thing's more expensive than all the pieces in the hotel combined. I need to find some way to fix that. Adele. Adele? Damn it. This Moody's hand. So warm. Moody is stroking my shoulder. Wake up, Adele. Adele, you mustn't sleep here. You'll catch a cold. I won't. It's very warm when you're here by my side. Moody. Adele? Keller hides a surprised expression on her face and reaches her hand out to gently pat Adele's head. You awake? Oh, Professor Keller. Did I just... I'm sorry, Professor Keller, I fell asleep. You seem exhausted. You have a nightmare? Are you feeling unwell? Or is it your illness? I am okay. Adele sees that the elder scholar is looking at her with a worried expression. Her eyes are full of concern. During their short time together, she's never seen the stern scholar look so gentle. Professor Keller, could you tell me just what happened at William University all those years ago? I don't understand, Adele. What are you asking? No, Adele. You have to go. Yes, it is time. Where are you going? We have to head back up the volcano before it starts to rain. Rain. Professor Keller, does the word rain have any other meaning? Silence. Keller bites her lip, so there's something she wants to say, but she nonetheless swallows those words back down. Adele, when this observation is over, I'll tell you everything, alright? Mr. Dolly, you told me before that every little black sheep is different. They aren't just your clones, right? Are those dreams really just dreams? Found the northern wind and the seed. Will you give me all these answers if we find the fur? Why does it seem like everyone is hiding just about everything from me? There is no answer. And unlike the mischievous kind of silence she got before, Adele can feel that something has truly disappeared from her side. Adele looks around the empty exhibit hall, finds the whistling rock specimen that was lost and then recovered a few days ago, sitting where it has sat, having not moved an inch. Mr. Dolly? Good morning, siesta. Today is August 21st, 1099. Key humidity is 63%, visibility 12 kilometers, wind is blowing south-southwest. Estimated 3 days until volcanic eruption. The exciting time is almost upon us. How's everyone feeling? Who do you want to share the moment with? Did any of you forget anything back in old siesta? If you did, that's too bad. I mean, what's anyone supposed to do? You only have yourself to blame for being so careless in your move. It's all too late now. But whatever the case may be, we should try and look at the bright side. It's only by casting away our old burdens that we can better welcome the future. You go your way. Let's get our day started with this song from Reef Band. Watch out, be careful. Hold that sign up, it's a bit heavy. So get a good grip. It's like an old sign. Since we're tearing things down anyway, can't we just cut it up before we take it down? Yeah, we may be tearing the place down and moving, but if Old Man Mockingbird were here to find out about you cutting his sign down with an axe, he'll climb out of his grave and beat the living hell out of you. Stop complaining. 3, 2... Mister, are all these instruments here discounted? Yeah, they're all as cheap as they'll get. I couldn't bring myself to, but I figured I wouldn't have a chance to sell them once I moved to the city center. Keeping instruments on gag order? Now that would be a real waste. How about it? Why don't you pick one? Remember you said you've always wanted your own guitar? I can give you a free textbook on how to play it too. This kind of guitar goes for 150 certs. Nina says he earns 3 or 4 every hour he works. Let me think about it. Not like we can bring it with us. Might as well take it out and let everyone have some fun. We want to do something special that you can look back on before we all move out of the street. Like what? Drink? Look at the sea? Set off some fireworks? Well, I'll invite all the old miners that we used to drink with and all the other shopkeepers on the street. Have them bring their friends and family. How about we have a party at the Empty Plate the night before the auction? A container party. Sounds cool, doesn't it? Mr. Costa? Oh, Punk from White Volcano. What are you doing here? Don't you need to look after the shop? We're preparing for our move, too. We don't have a lot of customers these days. If I don't come back out to earn some cash, we all might just go hungry. I'm sorry about Grandpa Mockingbird. May he rest in peace. He was getting on in years. It was going to happen. Perhaps he's in some other place, sharing his taste in coffee. No need to be so polite. A couple years ago, you were still a punk who could come out to watch my concert girls at... Yeah. Just a couple years ago, you were still a punk who would come out to watch my concerts at night instead of going to bed. Just call me Costa like before. If I remember correctly, it was the Corybantic Costa. I'm not so Corybantic anymore. My guitar, baits, synths, sold them all long ago. Truth be told, I really miss sneaking into the venues with the adults too. Those were the good times. You'll get it once you get a little older. There are no such thing as good times. All time is a waste of time. Only after we waste our time away that we can bring our memories back out, dust them off, and think back on how great those times were. You are such a pessimistic little shit, and that's coming from me. Thinking back, I must have pissed off Grandpa so much back then. City Hall staffer squints at the cars on the street. Cars zoom past him, leaving behind a few streaks of silhouette in his vision. So Enos, if there's anything you want to do it now. Don't wait till everything you know no longer resembles what they once were. And then it's all too late. Yeah, I will. Costa taps Enos' shoulder and sighs. The residents of the shopping district have, for the most part, agreed to the rebuilding proposal. My work's come to an end for the time being. With the way things are, this isn't so bad. Life must go on. Strange. I haven't seen a single sheep on my way here. We have to go now. Yes, it's time. The streets today seem awfully quiet. Was it all just a dream? No, that letter, the rock, the surfboard that flew right into the sky, they were all real. Adele tries her hardest to think back on what proof she has that all the adventures she had in the past few days were real. The harder she digs into her memories, the less believable her memories become. Mr. Dolly, are you there? Mr. Dolly? Mr. Dolly, are you still there? The girl's voice is carried away by the wind. Your blood crystal density is fluctuating a little, but for the most part it's still within the normal range. You said you passed out suddenly. What do you mean by that, more specifically? Dr. Salen, can neuropathy cause hallucinations? Theoretically, it's possible. What did you see? Lots of little black sheep, and they all talk to me. And I don't know why, but it feels just like I've seen them before. Well, that sounds like it could have been caused by stress. But it's weird. Some old miners have told me about similar hallucinations when they came in for consultations. Let's keep an eye out for a few more days. During that time, make sure you take your medicine on time and get as much rest as you can. If you get any hallucinations again or feel unwell, come to me immediately. Okay. If only all my patients would be as cooperative as Ephaelia, it would be so much easier for me on occasion. Not like a certain someone here who's always giving me a headache. Stop chewing me out. I'm here for my follow-up and my medicine, am I not? Alright, this counts as an improvement. As a way to encourage you, I won't charge you for this consultation. Really? But I have something I want to ask you. A few days ago, I found this basket of obsidian on the shopping district. None of the shops nearby admitted it was theirs. Do you have any clues about its origins? Well, judging from their color, these obsidians are very similar to the ones you gave me before. Could very well have been mined around the same time from the volcano. It wasn't me. I promise I haven't been near the volcano since I got infected. So you mean there are still people mining obsidian illegally? Enos, what else do you know? Well, I guess I'd be lying if I said I didn't know anything about it. Don't try to fudge your way out of this. Out with it. Dr. Salen, some of the workers here know you're the mayor's daughter. It was hard enough to get them to come to you for consultations. You dig into who's mining obsidian. True, what they're doing is not right. This might just be conflict of interest. I'm me, and the mayor's the mayor. Why must I be grouped together with him? I came back here this time because I wanted to do something for Siesta with my knowledge. The Rose Island office is my blood, sweat, and tears. He's got nothing to do with it. Seems like Dr. Salen really doesn't like Mayor Herman. Maybe Salen isn't on very good terms with her father? Anyway, Enos, you know who the obsidian belongs to, right? Take me to them. It makes me feel kind of like I'm selling them out, but if it's for the greater good... Alright. Take me with you. I can help identify obsidian. No can do. Last time you almost sneaked away. You aren't leaving here until you get enough rest. Huh? What about me? I'll take you out to eat. Damn, this dialogue has been going on for 20 minutes now, huh? After the night has shrouded the street, Adele steps outside the office. A lone little black sheep stands outside, staring blankly at the closed door. Another hallucination. What's going on? Didn't I just get some rest? Adele goes around the little black sheep and prepares to go back home. The little black sheep staggers a little and turns around from the office doors. It sways its head and turns on the miner's lamp on its back. The lamp shines and illuminates the path before Adele. Adele takes a step forward and steps onto the shadow cast by the lamp on the sheep's back. There's really a light. Turns around and hesitantly reaches her hand out and probes. Then she feels some warm, fluffy wool. Not a hallucination. No, I've seen you before. You're the sheep that the address off the letter. What's that you're carrying on your back? A miner's lamp? A miner died, didn't they? Little cabin in the wood.
It's hardly a sport when all the enemies are human.
We all ready? Let's go then.
I'll toss a little myrtle here.
I'm here to help.
A bottle there. No. You there. You there. Oh boy. Where are they? Oh, I see. You need to stop.
Gather around me, guys! Whew, almost dozed off.
You are not looking good.
It's not my wish to take lives.
Shit. This is
Such
this event is a clusterfuck to say the least.
only the beginning.
Okay, so Ling may not be even necessary for this.
It's hardly a sport when all the enemies are human. この程度の戦いですし、余力を残すことをお許しください。
I have to get serious now.
Let's throw Silver Dad here.
承知した。
You're going straight for it, huh? Damn it, I missed. Okay. So the first ones go straight for that gate. And they don't try and loop. You know what? A good idea would be... Let's drop Ling. Bring Blaze. Skill 2. Or... Yeah, Blaze is better off right now.
戦いに行くの？私も頭数に入れといて。行くよ。嵐のように蹂躙してやる。Stay safe, everyone. Whew, almost gather around me, guys. この辺、温度が低すぎるかな。It's not my wish to take lives. Whew, almost done. I have to get serious now. 私を呼び起こしてくださったのはあなたですね。
すぐに解決いたしますね。
Who will you choose? I shall protect you. You're the best. 鮮血が武器をする。戦場を沸き立たせる。
どうぞ続けて。気をつけなさい。この海流は脆弱な命を飲み込みますね。
Watch out for fires. I have to get serious now.
Great spot.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Who died? Ah, Chen. Okay. Oh, fuck. Effie's taking a hit.
あるいは滅びか。
Why are you being like this?
承知した。
I have to get serious now.
何か考えるな。己が存在を自らが。
God damn it.
残念だけど、今回は
Okay, those...
見放されちゃったみたいだね。
You know... There might be a way around this.
争いは 避けられないもの。
Good scenery here, Doc. The battlefield. A place where lives are taken. Gather around it, guys.
Okay, so you weren't in a bad spot. And instead of Laughlin, let's do Silver Dad. And then up here, I want you point blank.
すぐに解決いたしますよ。
決まった。何時らがこちとし不意。何人も語り継ぐことかなわん。
We're counting on you again today, little apple. All the best.
私が振りまく地で大盛り上がり間違いなし。
Gather around it, guys.
I'll take care of it.
Okay, things are going a little bit better now.
Who will you choose? I shall protect you.
Okay. So playing aggressive up top actually worked out.
Mission accomplished.
Alright, after this little bit of dialogue, I'm going to call it a night. Here are the results of the latest public opinion survey. The Swire Group's Aquatic Paradise proposal was supported by 33% of those polled, while the Mount Dassel 600 proposal was supported by 20% of those polled. The other competitors are all hovering around 10%. Although the results of the public opinion survey is only one of the factors that the city government considers when making its decision, based on the current results, the Swire Group's proposal has the advantage. Say no more. I'm sure Mr. Bison here can figure out the situation by himself. Surely Miss Swire didn't invite me and the city government here just to gloat over the results. Of course not, Bison, sir. I'd like to make a deal. The Swire Group will drop out of the bidding, but in return, I want to buy into Mountain Dassel 6 company here. Hasn't that been your goal all along? Not entirely, but I thought about it a little afterwards, and your being here isn't all bad news for me. A smart business person always looks for possibilities when both parties gain something, and makes decisions that yields the maximum profit given the situation. Going by what you said, if you really were so confident, you wouldn't have come negotiate with me. Well, would you not agree that trading a percentage of your shares in exchange for your biggest rival's exit is a good deal? How much are you looking at? Swire lightly knocks on the table 3 times. I want this much. I will report your arrangements to the mayor and continue to inform you of any further arrangements. Oof. I wish you two a pleasant time in siesta. Is that all for the show? For the time being, I guess. What's so funny? Sorry, I just didn't expect that you'd resort to these means too, Commissioner Swire. If I were to openly invest in Mountain Dash's business, without registering our own company, they'd write Mountain Dash up for thousands of reasons and shut it down on our first day in siesta. My family is wary of me. Good thing they aren't that wary of me yet. As long as they still see me as a young, hot-headed superintendent, intendant, I can still cover my actions with that as a ruse. I'm really fortunate that I'm not actually your business rival. This is just the first step, though. Federation of Enterprises will put it all together sooner or later. We'll face all sorts of difficulties going forward. Are you ready? Having come this far, it's probably too late for me to have any regrets. Well, partners then. Yeah, I look forward to... Your terminal? No, isn't it yours? Fire and Bison each take out their terminals. Take a brief look at each other before hitting their respective answer keys. Hello, is this Bison, the legal representative of Mountain Calm Trade? Is this Miss Swire? City Hall has received a report that your company is illegally employed, undocumented, infected. At this point, we need your company to immediately cease all operations. Please prepare the following documents for the city government's investigation. First, we need a list of all infected employees working for your company. Miss Swire, it was an interesting show, and it did buy you some time for your prank. Unfortunately, the group is very unhappy with your decision. You should know that there are limits to what you should and shouldn't do. This investment game is over. Thank you for your cooperation. Goodbye. This stops here. I hope you'll think about the consequences of your actions. This is some uncalled for slander. Well, it's pretty obvious who snitched on us. Trying to buy time right before we sign our contract just so they can catch up. Why use the infected as an excuse? Since when has Siesta had any policies against the infected in any way? We don't have time to deal with these setbacks. Only we could convince Mayor Herman. You're right. Herman is our chance at breakthrough, but what reason does he have to stand on our side? Besides, if my hunch is correct, he's probably being pressured in by some other way right now. Mayor Herman, you're a hard man to reach. I thought my answer before was more than clear. There's nothing for you and I to discuss in person. Naturally, Columbia respects all the rights that Siesta enjoys as an independent city-state. I'm here for a different matter. Siesta's infected question. Colombian federal law states that infected citizens must be enrolled in a suitable healthcare plan in order to reside in our nomadic cities. Otherwise, they must join the pioneer teams. Siesta was not a nomadic city, and so it was not bound by the regulation. However, given the current circumstances, we need to reevaluate the rule of law here. So this word game is your idea of pressuring me. I hope you grasp the situation, Mayor Herman. This is not a negotiation. So when do we need to be so sneaky about buying obsidian? What choice do we have? We've been pretty strict with inspections lately. This is a great opportunity for people like you in the know to seize the day. Logistics center will be done soon, and there are lots of merchants waiting to buy obsidian. When has an obsidian ever been all that rare? Probably have plenty hidden up your shop yourself. Why come to me? What they want is freshly mined obsidian. What's it? Volcano heated obsidian. Contains land's energy and has amazing health benefits. Alright, I'll stop messing with you. Do you have any other new obsidian pieces aside from this basket? Whatever you've got, I have buyers lined up. If quality's good enough, they're willing to pay this much. Enos gestures a number with his hands. That much? Yeah, I do. I got bunched up just a couple days ago. Oh, so recently? Yep, I kept some real pretty ones. Look, these are some mighty fine obsidians, don't you think? They're lovely indeed. Now, would you please tell me more about your illegal obsidian mining operation? Yes, you set me up, didn't you? When did you fall so low? This isn't exactly a setup now, is it? A cop with a really loud mouth taught me this. Sorry, Uncle Jackie, this is for your own good. You shouldn't put your health on the line. We just have a couple of questions we want to ask you. Work with us, will you? That's everything. You gonna lock us up? Where are you planning to sell this obsidian to? Is it Pelipper? No, Pelipper stopped buying from us a long time ago. He's a man of his word. Hasn't bought a single pebble. No matter how high quality obsidian is, he doesn't so much as take a single glance. Yeah, he got all of us out of us, but what good is it going to do? That bastard Herman's always doing whatever he wants without a thought to the consequences. First, he made us all stop mining. Then, he said the volcano was going to erupt. It's been 2 years since we moved here, and it hasn't so much as let out a puff of smoke. Maybe you should have taken a look at where our money was coming from just a couple years ago. It doesn't seem to have really lax infected policies. Doesn't mean they've got jobs for us. If all that out-of-work miners became drivers, they could probably tow the city a couple kilometers. Besides, I'm already infected. What else can I do? Once mountain dust logistics moves into the city, we'll have enough more people without work. Now, the mayor's talking about tearing the shopping district down. Why tear it down even? Just to chase us out again? Maybe the mayor will come up with a policy to help you guys. Forget it. Haven't you heard? They're gonna chase us infected out. The Colombians are here. Where'd you hear that? We all know how the Colombians treat the infected. If something does end up happening, we may as well just head out into the waste ourselves and start pioneering. That's shellbrain Herman. Orange shellbrain. What's wrong? You sick? No, Dr. Salen, they're also... The mayor must be having a tough time, too. Don't get so mad over this. No, I'm not mad. Thought this was just going to be warning a few men to stop illegal mining, but if the Colombians are here, this changes everything. This is Siesta's own problem. Sir, how many are still mining obsidian? I'll come out and say it. I'm not going to turn you into the police. Nina said it just now. I'm a doctor. I know it's not realistic to just stop your obsidian work. What I want to do is help you solve this problem. Please trust me. So won't you tell me? You mean you're going to help us? Who are you? And why? Hold on. You look familiar. Ah, you finally figured it out, huh? You watched the Obsidian Festival broadcast, right? Remember the lady at the closing ceremonies with Mayor Herman? Who? No. I'm saying you look like a woman I once met. A long time ago when we worked at the obsidian mines together. There was a scholar from Victoria. She was pregnant, but she went to the mines every day. For environmental surveys or whatever. She didn't know that much about mining, but she was real kind to us. Oh, now I remember. Her name was... Barbara. Creature with the miner's lamp on its back trots along in short spurts as it gazes towards old Siesta's beach. There, Bird is sitting on the sand, plucking away at her string spontaneously. Do you come here often? You still see old Siesta here. Well, music is pleasing to the ear, and the sounds of the waves carried on the wind is good accompaniment for the guitar. I didn't expect you to ask me that, though. So you're actually willing to talk? Isn't that what one would normally do? Yeah, I guess it is. Maybe you're just a bit too narrow-minded. If everything can talk to everything else, then music might be the best language there is. Even if you don't speak the same tongue, music can help you convey your true thoughts. Not bad. This feels like new inspiration. Beard starts strumming a slow, relaxed song. The waves rise and fall along to hear rhythm. Her rhythm. You two are the first to hear this piece. You too? Oh, are you including this foul beast here? Maybe the grass? No. We have another listener here. Beard points at steps, to which logically should be empty. Weren't you talking to it the whole time? Miss Beard, you can see it. Creature with a miner's lamp on its back stands on the beach and gazes blankly at the silhouette of old Siesta in the distance. It hesitantly tries to step into the seawater, but after a few plods, it walks back onto land. It takes a couple steps rhythmically, as though it was trying to match the music's beat, though it also looks like it isn't and is just trying to maintain its own rhythm. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Yeah, I've been able to see it since the day I came to Siesta. Just the one? Are there others? Too bad. It's the only one I can see. Beard looks at the lamp on the creature's back, and the hard hat and goggles on its head. I wrote the miners of Old Siesta a song. Maybe it just happens to like things that have to do with the doors. I'll play the song again just for it. Beard starts strumming again, while Adele brushes her dress's hems and sits down next to Beard. Come to think of it, even though there hasn't been a single song of mine that could represent my whole life, perhaps there's one or two that could give comfort to somebody out there. Even if my audience is just a lone, little black sheep. But that's not so bad. I stayed behind to listen to you play for your guitar. Should you could see more of them. Where are they? They disappeared all of a sudden. I don't know where they went. Do they eat road signs like this one? I don't think so. I have an idea. Do you think this one eats road signs because it's a stray sheep? Okay. It is currently 20 after 12 right now for me. So we're going to call it a night here. I will do 7 and 8 and 8, whatever this is. After. I will do those on Tuesday. How many days are left in this event? 17 days. Yeah, I got plenty of time. I'll do those Tuesday. I'll do EX on next Friday, maybe. Maybe. And do my best to finish up this event. Do I have any medals yet? I only have one. Spend 4,000 tokens. All the content into all this task list, easy enough. Collect 500,000 spending coupons from Fashion Street. I've already got... Oh, okay, that's the Snowsun thing. Complete all stages in Holiday Hot Springs. Complete all stages in Prison Siesta. Complete all stages in Treasure Hunting in Siesta on Challenge Mode. Complete all the stages in Surfing the Lava. Excluding Annihilation. There's an Annihilation stage. Clear SLMO1 in Surfing the Lava with a 3-star rating. That doesn't give me good high hopes. But that is it for tonight. Well, instead of that, let me buy these. Spend some of this money I haven't spent. Insufficient, damn it. Enos? It seems interesting. I'm not sure I'll ever use him because I already have all the other instructors at E2. So he's kind of redundant in my books. Yeah, we got Whiplash here, we got the other one somewhere. Palace, right there next to her. I didn't even see her. Do I not have Spire as E2 yet? No, I guess not. Spire's at E1 though, and pretty far along, so I don't have much reason to use Enos, unfortunately. Unless he has something that stands out. But honestly, most of the event characters I kind of just forgot about, aside from like the pretty ones, like Absinthe, whom, as you can tell, is best girl. Like, the best girl. What other event characters do I even... I have them all, but... Did I even invest in any other ones? Oh wait, Gladia was an event character too, wasn't she? I guess she technically counts. Yeah, she's technically an event character. Savages... I mean, Savage is an anniversary. Oh, that tells me how long I've been playing. Potential 5 out of 6. So I've been playing 5 years. I think. Why am I guessing? I have... Man, I'm stupid. Give me a minute, I can tell you exactly when. Event characters, event characters, event characters. Cruz was technically an event character. Her, altar was. I have her leveled up somewhere. Tomimi, whom I've E2'd. I think I also have her swimsuit. I just never use it. Yes, I have her swimsuit. Yeah, there's Cruz. Hibiscus was... I think Hibiscus was an event character. No, Cerny was the event character for that. She was a pole. Whisplash was also an event character, and I have her E2'd because apparently I've done pretty good with most of the event characters now that I think about it. Lava was an event character. And I think... No, Tequila was the event character for that event. And I definitely never touched Tequila. Event characters, event characters, event characters. Was Benna the event character for her event? I think she was. I need to put more points into her. I want to get her leveled up. Olenek was an event character, so I have actually put in a good bit of points into a good bit of event characters. Salen was the first event character? Question mark? And she's also pretty useless as an event character, honestly. Snow Sant was an event character. Oh, wrong button. We need a swimsuit. Sidrico was an event character. Silence was an event character. She was a pole. He was a pole. She was an event character. And I need to level her up because she's the one character by Asling I haven't gotten E2'd yet. Oh, that's right. Robin was an event character. She's E2'd. We're starting to get down to the bottom of the barrel. Vigil was an event character. Ji-Yoon was an event character, I believe. I think I had a pull for Kafka. Yeah, because she's not... Her potential isn't maxed out. Lumen was an event character. Wildmane was an event character. And the felines were an event character. And now we're getting down to the event characters I haven't touched. There's a lot of characters in I haven't touched that I definitely need to touch. Not in a dirty way. But a lot of these characters are like really, especially Ebenholz and Weedy and Chongyun. Those three people, a lot of people use. I think Puzzle was an event character, I just didn't buy all of his points. Ryofita is an event character, obviously. Bison was an event character. Tequila was an event character. Journey was an event character. Shalem is a kind of an event character. He's an integrated strategies character. Gray was an event character. Insider is an event character. Minimalist was an event character. And we're getting down to the... Yeah, I don't think there's any... Yeah, that was it. Anywho, it's been... I gotta start at 9 o'clock. 3.5 hours. Yeah, it's time to call it night. 2020. January 1st of 2020. January 26th of 2020. Man, my brain. January 1st January 26th. God damn it, I can't read this backwards. January 26th, 2020. So I've been playing for 4 years. Shit. Anyway. That is going to be it for me tonight. We'll pick back up here on Tuesday. Thank you everybody who showed up for today's stream. I had quite a bit of conversation going on today. Anybody who needs any help on any events or missions, here's all my information. I am available. I still have like half of my friend list is open because I don't really send out many requests. But if you're interested, I'm here. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good rest of your night. I will see you next time.